2, 3, live.
We are live.
Let's do this.
Up on fire, aka John. Got two of my guys with me. We just decided to do a live tonight, so I'll let these guys introduce themselves, and we'll just hang out for a bit.
My name is John. I'm with Salt, Pepper, and Fire. Lance with Sleeper Barbecue out of St. Mary's County, Maryland.
My turn. George from Fillmore, California. That's it, right?
Sleeper Barbecue out of St. Mary's County, Maryland. 805 Barbecue Junkie.
George from Fillmore, California. You guys hear that background, or is it me?
Sleeper Barbecue out of St. Mary's County, Maryland. Does everybody have YouTube closed?
Yeah.
Who's closed? I'm closed, right? I'm closed.
Is it echoing now, guys? Or are we good?
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it anymore.
Got Drunken Chef. What up, man? We got Steven. Who else we got in here? Daddy Dutch. What's going on? Kent.
Is Kent in there?
Yep.
I can't see the chat.
You got to go where it says comments, Lance. Stefan, my brother.
Are you on the phone or the computer, Lance?
What's that?
Are you on the phone or the computer?
Computer.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see your chat.
I see no chats. I see the chat column. Oh, there it goes. I had to click comments. Daddy Dutch, Steven, Long Quest, Steven. Yep, we're good.
Queen Bee, Panchuco in the house.
Looks like we got everybody in the house, huh?
I think so.
I think that must be Kent. Yep. What's up, Kent? Thanks for replying. Man, I was throwing a rope out there. So this is our first live, and I was sort of kind of hoping if we had any bugs in the system that you could walk us through them. But I think we just about got them all figured out.
But I will definitely throw a link in the chat, and if anybody else wants to jump in with us, they're more than welcome to.
You know, guys, it's totally different being on live. So when I watch Daddy Dutch or somebody else, it's easy to jump on and just, give a quick little text. But going live, that's a whole different ball game.
It is. It's different when you're responsible for carrying the conversation.
Yeah, because if we don't say nothing, then it's quiet,
Looks like Kent's going to jump in, maybe.
Rick, what's up, carnal?
What's up, Rick?
Shout out to my better half that's in the chat. Love you. My good buddy Corey. C. Jizzle, what's going on?
Queen Bee in the house. Hello.
Uh-oh. We have the man himself sitting in the wait room. Let's get him on.
Kent.
Daddy D.
What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
I like that picture better.
Man, what a weekend. What a weekend. Let me tell you. Hold on, I'm going to... Hold on. I got to pull this up on my phone. I'm on my iPad, so unlike Lance, I can't see the chat.
I can see it now. We need a moderator to start.
We absolutely do. We have all going, boy.
That's you, John.
Wait, there you are.
Start.
All right. Oh.
All right, I got him.
John, yeah, you need some mods, man.
Yeah.
We had it, I'm going to say about a month ago. Dave Parrish with S&S Grills went live with Russ Jones, Mike from Everyday Barbecue, Jabin from Postal Barbecue, and them idiots come in, and Mike is like, dude, make Ken a mod. He'll take care of it. The best mod to have, I'm throwing this out there, Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Great at taking care of the chat, posting links. That's one you want in your corner right there. So
I understand it's pretty cheap too, pretty inexpensive.
yeah, he doesn't charge much. Yeah, not at all.
He wants a brisket, Lance. Send him a brisket.
I asked him to come in on his brisket collab, and he said that, like you said, George, that's just something they can't get on the islands.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Tell them to get a chuck roast and call it poor man's brisket and get in it then.
There
Yeah,
you go.
it works just as well.
Who cares? Beef, beef is beef. Come on.
Yeah.
I got mine hanging out in the fridge right now, and I'm not cooking it till next weekend.
I've got mine still in the freezer. I'll probably pull it out Tuesday, maybe.
Well, see, I made the mistake yesterday. I cooked 15 pork loin and 400 pieces of chicken
Jeez.
for hey, John, there you go. Steven's in the chat. Just turn him blue right now.
Well, I am green, so how
Okay.
do I do that?
Okay. You'll have to leave the StreamYard side.
Okay.
Somebody still has a small echo. I can hear it.
I'm not talking.
Me. We good?
Me?
Me?
Me.
No,
Thank
I don't
you,
hear it now. So anyway, you have to click over to the YouTube side. Click on Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. The 3 dots. If you're on a laptop,
Right.
scroll down to the bottom. It'll say Add as Moderator. Fuck, is that me? Can't be me. It'll say Add as Moderator. Uh-oh, that's not me.
That's a repeat.
Oh, that's John clicking on the YouTube link. John, you need to totally mute the YouTube link. Uh-oh, that's not me. That's a repeat.
Hey, Daddy Dutch, only the host can do this, right?
Okay. My bad.
All right, what, George?
Only the host can answer the questions or the comments that are coming on the site?
God, I'm so used to doing this. I'm totally out of my element right now because my kid is on the Xbox downstairs, so my Chromebook does not like anything. So that's why I'm on my iPad and I'm actually looking at the chat on my phone right next to it. So you see me looking that way, I'm looking at my phone.
So did Steven get a wrench? No,
Yep,
not yet.
Steven is blue now. John,
Is he?
Rick's Barbecue and Specialties be another good mod. I hear a faint echo, John. And by the way, hey,
I don't see a wrench. I don't see a wrench on my side for Stephen and Jacqueline.
Are you in YouTube? Just StreamYard.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
In
StreamYard.
order to see on the chat, okay, the only way you're going to know somebody's a mod is if you go to the YouTube side,
Okay.
which, like I got the chat up on my phone, so I can see Stephen and Jacqueline are all blue now with a wrench, so they're
Okay.
a mod.
Okay.
So if you need somebody to post links, and normally with Stephen and Jacqueline, before you even ask them to post a link, they're going to have it out there.
Right. I know it. I've
We've
tried.
been- We have been calling him the moderator's moderator for over a year, almost 2 years now.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
on it.
He's amazing.
I've tried posting a link that I knew where it was before, and he still beat me.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He is lightning fast.
let me see if I can get out of the way.
What's up, Craig? Behind the garage barbecue.
Iowa
John,
chapter.
John, you see my pig?
Yeah, I do. Right above it.
You see that little circle above that
I
pig?
see that.
Along with this little note I got.
Yeah,
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
absolutely.
Craig. I
Oh,
see Craig in the chat.
Yeah,
behind the garage.
Craig's an awesome dude. Highly creative.
Yes, he is.
And with every spice known to man in his repertoire.
Who was it
Done.
earlier was saying if you want to do one of Craig's recipes, you better have 50 spices in your cabinet because you
I think
never
it was
know what
Papa
that
Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah, Papa said it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to my mom. She's watching, so just to
Is
let
she
her know
really?
that I love her.
Uh-oh.
What's up, Mama 805?
No, that's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, I tell you what, I only got a few minutes to jump in here, guys, but I wanted to, Lance reached out to me, and I want to stop in and say hey to all you because I know we chat back and forth.
Yeah,
So
I appreciate it, Kent.
it's,
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell you what, I'm still tuckered out from yesterday. 14 hours at the church. That's long enough.
Long day.
Yeah. Well, started at 6:45, got home at 9:15. The only reason I say it's 14 hours is because I actually went to the youth room where they have couches, and I got me a 20-minute power nap when the baked potatoes were in the oven. So I went and took a nap. So, but hey, it was all good. We raised $26,000 for our youth groups. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
silent auctions, live auction. I actually auctioned off a 16-pound brisket with the hotel pans, the big pans.
Right.
One of cowboy beans and one of mac and cheese. They started out the bidding at $200. I was sitting at the table with the pastor, Pastor Mike, great guy. His only downfall is he's a Detroit Lions fan. So he knows what suffering is about.
Apparently.
But they started out the bidding at $200 and it didn't move. And I looked at him and said, well, maybe it ain't cook as good as meal today as I thought. And it ended up for a 16-pound brisket and two sides. It ended up for selling for $425.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's not too bad. 2 years ago, I did one for pork loin dinner for $12, kind of the same thing, meat, two sides. And that went for $3.25 for pork loin.
Wow.
I actually thought the brisket might creep in on $500, but
Yeah.
since it's for charity and all.
That's
Right.
awesome. If you got some rest on the couch, I need to see how long it is. I don't see how that could happen.
What's that?
I said, being 6'6", I don't see how you got any rest on the couch.
It was one of them big leather couches that were really soft. So Pastor Mike will sneak in there. There's like 6 couches in this youth room. And I don't want to be on any of the fabric couches because it's for middle school kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of the middle school boys aren't too good at hygiene.
That's true.
So I picked the leather one because I knew I could wipe it down. And it's the only one that had a pillow on one end and a blanket folded up on the other. So I knew that was Pastor Mike's favorite couch. So I knew it was comfortable.
See, CJ's in, Mama, Papa Joe.
Again. That man was a pleasure to meet. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
George, how you replying?
With my phone.
Ah.
So I bet that was a pretty good time, Daddy Dutch, wasn't it? So it was
Houston.
in Houston met?
Houston was a total blast. There's 2 things, now that CJ's here, there's 2 things that could have made Houston better. First of all, the weather. It was cold. It was cold for Houston. We flew down on Wednesday. It was 62 degrees, a little breezy. Okay, I'm in Iowa. I'm not complaining.
Right.
Thursday it was 55, 60. It was windy. Friday, Saturday, it was 50 to 55. windy and a little rainy, a heavy drizzle on and off. CJ is walking around in a stocking hat. All right. I'm walking around like this. You know, it's what you're used to. You know, he lives over by San Antonio. He's used to a little warmer, you know. Hell, when I left here Wednesday morning, when we got in my truck to drive to the airport, it was 12 below. Okay. I was getting ready to don the Speedo at 30, 35 degrees. I'm telling you. It just wasn't that warm in the airplane, or I would have landed in Houston with Speedo on. I'm just saying. So, the weather would have made it a little better. If it had been 70, 72 every day, slight breeze, would have been perfect. And then I did not get to meet CJ's lovely wife. And I would have liked to met Alicia, you know, because her and I have been back and forth on the chat on CJ's lives on Thursday nights a little bit. But hopefully she's not busy and the weather's nicer next year and I get to meet her also.
So she didn't get to come, right?
No, she did not make it. She was busy. And Tom Fuentes, smoking onions, was helping CJ.
Right, stepped in. Yeah, I knew
And you know what? I honestly believe that if Mama Joe was there, CJ probably would have got a banner in all three meets instead of just two of the three. I think Tom held him back a little bit. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying CJ didn't have his good luck charm by his side.
Yeah, and then when he got that walk, it's a shame that she wasn't there, you know.
Well, you know, here's a weird thing, and this is the first time I've seen it. So they come around with the finalist banners. Now, CJ is sitting in Champions Row, okay? He's like a big tiger or a black panther sitting on display at the zoo. Because you had the reserve grand champion from the Royal there, because the champion couldn't make it. They extended it to Porky Butts. Then next to CJ, you had the guy, Brad Laringer, that won the Jack. And then you had CJ, because he won the San Antonio Rodeo. And then you had the international teams, and then another one. I forget who was all there. But they walk in with four of these banners, which are like poster. I want to say poster boards, but they're thicker than that. You know, it's not just flimsy cardboard. And it's got the CJ. What do you call him? Bull-legged Leon. Is that the name? Anyway, it's the shape of the trophy. It's the image of the trophy. This is 2022 Houston finalists. And they come out and they say, well, there are two guys that are carrying four of these. And first they call out Porky Butts for brisket. So they're a finalist in brisket. They call out Porky Butts. And then they call out Brad Laringer. Finalist in brisket. Okay, who turned on their YouTube?
I'm trying to figure it out. I turned it back off.
I knew it was you, Lance.
Just lower the volume.
Oh,
So if I click the tab up there of YouTube, that is not the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Bow-legged Luke. There you go. So then they give Brad his brisket finalist. And then they got another banner sitting here, and they said, this is for the winner of San Antonio. Clarence Joseph.
Oops, sorry.
Not me.
That was me.
And Clarence said on his show the other night, the thing that, you know, like, why didn't they say Mama and Papa Joe? Because that's his cooking team. But that's just the way they do it. And then they had a second banner. And I'm telling this from my side of the story because I happened to be at CJ's trailer when they came around. I came to bring him jalapeno popper sandwiches, him and Tom. And then they came around and they're like, and we have one for ribs. San Antonio winner, Clarence Joseph. And I'm like, I'm standing here and there's 7 international teams. There's 4 banners and CJ got 2. I'm like, that guy's in the running.
Right.
The weird thing is they take all the finalists, they put them up on the stage. We're talking 250, 260 teams at this cook-off. Okay? You got a minimum of 40-some finalists up on stage because you have to go Texan cook-off, which is a cook-off inside of the Houston Rodeo. They only call out the top 3 in each category. I'm like, with 250 teams plus, you should call off the top 10. And I'm not sure if I got the numbers right with the meats, but CJ had, he's going to get mad at me if I say it wrong. 9th chicken, 5th ribs, 22nd brisket for reserve grand champion. Out of 254 teams, I think it was, is north of 250. I know that. That, to be in the, let alone just be in the top 10% of all them teams, and that he was in the top 9% with his worst meat.
Lewis, what's
Top
going on, buddy?
6 and 3% with his other 2. That is impressive. What that man did was impressive. How he got beat, I don't know.
So we got
Yeah,
another
that's crazy.
homie in the waiting room. I'm gonna bring him on.
JC. No, Rick.
Rick,
What's up, Rick?
Holy Rick,
What's up?
the man himself.
What's going on, guys?
Cheers.
Hold on. I got to go get cousin Chico.
Get him.
What's
Yeah.
up, Rick?
Oh, another happy Sunday, man. Just got home having dinner with my wife, chilling out, enjoying this daylight savings time. You know, it's gonna get darker later, which I'm cool with. You know,
Domino's, we're all about $5.99 variety.
Órale, otra vez.
that ain't me.
That was me. It was still playing over there. I thought I shut it off.
Lance, I'm about to mute you. You keep on.
I thought I shut it off, looked over there. I said, I hear something. It's still over there playing.
You're cracking me up, Lance. I'm spilling water everywhere.
You guys doing all right?
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Doing good.
Cool. Yeah, I was watching earlier on Byron's live. I was out having dinner with my wife. I had my phone down in my lap down here. I was trying to hide it a little bit. You know, didn't want to get in trouble. So let's go.
Right.
We gotta go. Let's go. Hurry up and eat. You know. So got home a little while ago. Saw George was live. I was like, damn. George, the first time you're being live, is it or no?
Yeah. First time being live, man.
Awesome.
It's interesting.
Fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah, más o menos.
It's easy, man. It's easy.
Yeah.
You gotta.
It's like putting out your first video.
Yeah, the first video, man, was horrible, guys.
I'm telling you what, lives, and I think Rick will agree with this. Lives are so much easier than shooting a video because, like,
Right.
Monday night, Rick. And by the way, I'm mad at you. You didn't go live last Monday. Screwed up my entire week, Rick. Thanks a lot. But you know, we're looking at each other on a computer screen, right? But in reality, you're looking over at the chat. All it is 5 guys shooting the shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to edit this, do I?
No, but we take all our feeds and send them to John. He has to edit them and send them back to us.
Hey,
So he's got 5 times the editing to do.
I can make it happen.
So, yeah, it's, you know, if you think about it, Rick, you remember the old YouTube Hangouts? Google Hangouts on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
It was anywhere from 5 to 10 guys just sitting around shooting the shit. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Talking barbecue, talking other things going on. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But usually that was like after a few shots, a few drinks. You know,
I don't know what you're talking about, Rick.
where I'm at, it was like after 10 p.m. Central Time. You know.
Well, yeah, when you
So-
were in Tecate.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, it was
later.
midnight for us, and he's out on the West Coast, and Rick's just getting primed, and we're already well past the prime stage.
Ashed.
Yeah, Rick was lump charcoal just getting started. We were the stuff that was ashed over.
Yeah.
Maybe once,
nice.
twice.
Rick, where did you have dinner at?
What's that?
Where did you have dinner at?
Little Italian place here in town called Paisanos.
Paisanos, right on.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, sold the owner a complete 22-piece patio set
Damn.
furniture.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
he was like, he hooked me up for a deal. My wife said, our anniversary, right, was we got married March 1st here in San Antonio. 2 weeks later, we went to Tecate, Mexico, Baja California, got married again. So kind of like a double anniversary, right?
Yeah, right on.
Owner called Aldo's, or his name is Aldo. Cool dude, really cool, straight up dude. He said, "Hey man, come on over. Dinner's on us and on me, and we'll treat you." So I didn't tell my wife that though.
I wouldn't either.
Good Italian grub. So
Yeah.
a quick meal after working today. Had to work today for a little while, but so living the dream.
Right on.
Making money.
I'm trying to make some money. Shit, right now it's all going on gasoline. You know.
I know it, man. I tell you what, though, I went out today to take my trash out because I don't have trash service here. I got hauled out to like a local, what they call recycling center, and the gas is actually coming down. It was $5.49 a gallon for diesel Friday, and it was $4.99 today when I went out.
Oh, that's a good thing.
I know it. I was happy as hell to see that. What's up, Ron?
I left California.
Ron, what's up?
It was a high price of gas. Got back home to San Antonio late 2020, and it was $1.58 a gallon for regular gas.
How much?
$1.58.
Ooh, that's nothing.
Now,
Here in California, you're looking at almost about $6.
when I left,
Yeah, Andrew from the Grill Sergeant went live earlier. 6.5 minute live. And he was sitting there and he was filling up his Toyota Tundra that has he took it down until the little dummy light went off saying, "Hey, you're going to run out of gas." And it's got a 32-gallon tank. And he put just over 31 gallons in it. It was just shy of $180.
Yeah, around here, I don't know what it is. The pumps shut off automatically at $75, so you never get a full tank.
Well, that's
And you
because
got to restart them and pump again.
the only
What's that?
the
Greg?
reason they do that is they are afraid of drive-offs.
Okay.
Okay. My daughter works at the store, the Hy-Vee store. They have a separate gas station. Okay. I can fuel up to 20 gallons if I use the fuel saver card. Before, Rick, the last time I fueled up was before we came down to Houston 2 weeks ago. Okay.
all right.
I used the fuel saver that we get, and I saved 69 cents a gallon. I fueled up for $2.31 a gallon.
Wow.
Okay.
I
Because otherwise it would have been a straight right at $3 a gallon.
That's
In
crazy.
the last 3 weeks, we've gone up. It's $3.79 a gallon right now where we're at.
Yeah, $3.99 here.
Yeah,
What's it looking like out there,
and
George?
you know what? And then every time I go to the store, I swipe the little keychain thing with the barcode on it. Every time I buy something from that store, it's 3 cents a gallon off.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm gonna go buy a 24 pack of water tomorrow, purified Hy-Vee water for 99 cents. I'm gonna get 10% off because my daughter's an employee, and 3 cents off a gallon. So I'm gonna go buy 4 of those.
Nice. Heck yeah.
See Paulie in the chat. Did Paulie bring you pizza?
He has a great channel, man. Paulie.
How many are in the chat, John?
Do it.
How many are in the chat?
Looks like 20 right now.
Yep, that's what I'm showing.
They hitting thumbs up?
I don't know. I'm in StreamYard. I'm not in
Hold on.
YouTube. So what's your prices out in Cali, George, on gas?
$6.
Yeah, it was 598.9, I think is what Andrew had.
$6 and climbing every day.
Yep.
That's what you get for George. What part? Where are you at in Cali?
And the Ventura County area by Magic Mountain.
Give me a big town name. I've only been to California.
Oxnard, California.
I've only been to California once, and that was to Rancho Cucamonga last year at CJ's house.
Yeah, that's about a 2-hour drive from here.
Okay, because we went down to where'd we go that Sunday? We went down to Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach is about an hour away from me.
Okay, CJ is out by Fontana.
Yeah, Fontana's about an hour away from me.
he's 2.5 miles from the racetrack.
I'm about an hour away from LA.
I took pictures of the racetrack when I was out there.
What's that, Rick?
Northeast of LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards, you guys know where Pismo Beach is at?
Yeah.
Allá arriba, up north, yeah.
Go.
I'm closer to Santa Barbara, so.
You ever get out to LA much?
I like going to this meat market. It's called El Cortez. Harry Sue puts it on his channel. They got top-notch meat there, man.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Do what?
Where you at?
I'm in North Alabama.
Alabama. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's an Auburn fan.
You heard wrong.
Oh, what? There's no War Eagle up that way?
No, we don't do
Hey,
that.
John. TPC said he sat in the back room for 15 minutes.
Oh, man.
Oh, you don't want that asshole in here anyway.
Well, if he did, I didn't see him, so I don't know.
He's in the
John,
chat now.
hold on, guys. John, on your StreamYard screen. Okay, you're going to see all 5 of us.
Right.
If you look in the lower left-hand corner is when somebody will pop in. And about halfway across the screen, on your right-hand side where you can click and scroll down
Right.
or drag down,
Mm-hmm.
there's one halfway. So you're just going to see about this much of the top of somebody's head on the bottom. So about halfway over on the screen, you got to scroll down to see who it is, or drag down, see who it is. It's easy to miss. Trust me. I did it with Ricer one time, and he texts me, and he's like, middle of the screen, towards the bottom, drag down. I was like, oh, there he is. It's like, oops, my bad.
So y'all guys all ready for this brisket challenge? Brisket collab?
When are you cooking, Rick?
What or when?
When? Oh, and Rick, before you answer that, No, go ahead and answer first.
That's Saturday the 26th.
You're cooking Saturday?
Yeah.
Man, I got the deepest apologies for you. So I did that promo, and computers are like challenging as hell to me. I got everybody's name up there, and it's live. And I was writing everything down, these little pieces of paper, everybody's name, because I was trying to get their links in there. I was like, it ain't happening. So I came up with my own thing, and I made it work. But I was going back over the list, and on the second page, I had the list of possibilities like Alton, Tommy, Joe. I think that was it. And right all the way above that, who should I see? Rick's Barbecue and Specialties. I forgot to add you to that promo, man. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries.
I did go into my description, and I edited my description to add you in, but that's not the same. I apologize for that, Rick.
Oh, not at all. No worries.
I mean, it ate at me for hours.
That's
I talked to John. I said, man, how can I do this? The only way I see how to do it is just to delete everything and start all over. And John's like, that's the only way it's going to happen. I was like, man.
No worries.
You're on a guilt trip there.
No, it happens. No problems.
I told you to make it happen, Rick. Apparently, you wasn't important enough.
Right. Hopefully, I can make it happen. Right here's the deal. With filming videos, trying to get stuff done, my schedule and all. I was putting out 2 videos a week for YouTube. I've got back down to 1 a week, plus my live. 1 good video. Of course, the prices of meat right now, proteins altogether. We all suffer that deal right now, right? Well, that weekend, I'm entered in my first cook-off, barbecue cook-off in 11 years.
Yeah.
Brother not going to do the cook-off. My plan is that brisket that I'm cooking that weekend, I'm going to film, going to record, and try to film, edit it all done Sunday when I get back for Monday's drop.
Rick, I'm going to tell you that's going to be tough.
It is.
Because I know Rick uses his iPhone a lot. I use an iPad a lot. That's what I'm on right now. I actually built something to hold my iPad that is, I can adjust it, blah, blah, blah. It's like a camera tripod. It goes on a tripod. But when you're trying at a cook-off to film and record, one, if not both, is going to suffer. So you can get a good video and have a shitty turn-in, or you're going to have 2 mediocre, or you're going to have a good turn-in and a shitty video. One of them 3. There's no way you're going to get a great turn-in and a great video out of it. I'm telling you that. That's why I take, on a lot of mine, I do pictures, and then I fill in after that. It's the way you have to do it.
Well, here's my trifecta, right? That's my plan. In between, plan on going live. I plan on posting on Instagram and TikTok that whole weekend. That's the plan. We'll see. Depends on how many I have.
Wait, Rick, what size shoe do you wear?
Órale.
11.5 to 12.
Okay. You're trying to fill my size 15s by doing all that. I'm just telling you.
I ain't never not done it yet.
Dude, do that and do well in the competition. That's a lot of shit, brother.
He's got his brother there too, so it'll be something.
Well, okay, now he's cheating because he's got 2 guys.
It's all right.
Hey,
what happen if I can make
John, I see Trumpet's got a question.
my video for the collaboration is more important. That's what I'm going to concentrate on. But I think I can squeeze everything in between to fit, we'll be all right. It'll be all right. Definitely going live for sure. We'll see how it goes.
Well, good luck. Good luck on the competition side, Rick. It's like riding a bike, brother. You'll be right back on it.
I know. I ain't worried about it. It's not a sanction per se. It's not IBC or IBCA or Central Texas thing. It's a kind of a fundraising event. Right now, there's 27 teams signed up.
Jeez.
So it is. I mean, it'll be fun.
That'll be awesome.
Just not any of that kind of crap. But there's still rules. It'll be good.
Yeah, but sometimes it's the unsanctioned ones are the funnest ones.
You're pulling your trailer, Rick?
Yeah, we'll be in here.
I think you said you're pulling your trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get the lights working yet?
Chef Johnny hooked me up.
He got it all done?
Chef Johnny got it done.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, buddy. But it's one of those things, with Chef, love him like a brother, love him like a dad. Rick, let me borrow that trailer. Let me rent that trailer. It'll only be for 3 days. And I know he had it for about 8 weeks,
Wow.
That's all good. I ain't worried about it.
7 of the 8 weeks he was trying to get your lights working right.
Exactly.
Because he called me a couple times. Because he knows I work on 12-volt lighting with trailers all the time. And I'm like, I said, Chef, I think that damn thing's got a ground issue.
They found it.
Yep. And, and I hate wiring. I do. It absolutely, it pisses me off because you could find it in 5 minutes and you can find it in 5 hours.
Yep.
And that's what sucks.
Big time.
So Tony's asking if we're gonna do a full brisket or the flat or just the point. What is everybody doing?
I'm doing full brisket, but I say brisket's a brisket.
Yeah.
And Trumpet had a question whether if he can turn in midnight Sunday. I say, it's the same difference.
Was it? It's Monday morning, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, turn in Monday morning. Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, I did a collab with Drunken Chef. So you guys go check out his channel. You guys know Drunken Chef, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta give him a shout out.
This is the one I'm cooking.
What size is that?
17 pounder.
15.2
15.2.
at $3.98 a pound.
Man, I bought my brisket 2 weeks ago. It's 16 something pound. It was $4.99 a pound.
I think I'm just gonna wear it like Aaron Rodgers with his championship belt.
So this weekend or last week, the same place I bought it for $4.99 a pound 2 weeks ago, it's got full briskets for $3.99 a pound this week.
That was mine yesterday, Lance.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it, but I knew you were cooking it.
I don't want to hear it, Lance. I paid $6.99.
That's why I'm a little burned out.
$6.99. I thought you had it cost you $50 or something.
Yeah, I had a gift card from Christmas for the meat market that I use. So that was $50. So I ended up paying like $30.
John.
Yeah.
John, I need you to do me a favor.
What's that?
I need you to go over to the YouTube side, click on my logo, make me a moderator because I'm going to time out TPC Cooks.
I got you.
I just see the comments.
All right. Now, here's the deal. Let me give you the backstory. Last night, Guns and Barbecue, TPC Cooks, BBQ, some of the other guys, on Saturday nights, they have the barbecue check. DJ Play Nice, who's only a couple hours from me. Okay. Well, we got into the debate about baby backs versus St. Louis spares. And I said, I hate baby backs especially for competition. Well, TPC goes on my channel and he starts searching for ribs, and one of the first ones he finds is baby backs on a pellet cooker. Because Ricer told me you gotta cook baby backs on a pellet cooker, you're gonna get good views. I'm like, all right, so fine, I'll do it. So ever since then, he gives me shit because I cooked baby backs on a pellet cooker. Right, Rick? Rick's not a pellet cooker guy either. At least he wasn't. I love you, brother. I love you, brother.
I did 2 racks today.
So he's giving me shit. Oh, what's this? You hate baby backs. And the first video of yours I find is baby backs on a pellet cooker and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I only use that damn thing at home. I am taking it to one competition this year. And Rick, that is so I can use it for a dessert category.
Whatever.
Don't, Rick, you know better.
Whatever.
You know better.
Man who makes jerky in a dehydrator.
Huh?
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 Something about jerky and a dehydrator.
Yeah, I know who the jerk is. I'll get cousin Chico out here. He'll set you straight. But no, I hate baby back. I'd feed them to the dog if I could.
See, Mojo made it in.
You wouldn't do that to me.
Hey, Kim, type something in the chat so I can.
I am.
Yeah, trying to catch up here now, Steve. But I'm bad for you, my phone.
No, you didn't do it right. I'm not blue yet.
You saying stuff. Mojo, going to the Mojo. What's up, buddy?
So, John,
yeah,
click on my icon.
I don't see anything you said in the chat.
Okay.
That's why I can't find you.
I just put TPC, you suck. He put still love you.
Hey, John.
Or go to the right and click on the 3 dots. There'll be a pop-up window. If you scroll to the bottom, it'll say Add Moderator.
John, if someone wants to look at the live, they go to your channel, right?
Right.
Lance, I didn't know you smoked.
Yeah. I got the nasty habit. When I was with UPS, I stopped. I had to. And I wanted to, really. I went to the doctor, gave me that nicotine patch. About 7 days into the kit, I was ready. I just gave them up. But I started smoking them again probably 15 years ago now.
I did the Shannix, where you put the patch on, but then you can smoke for like the first week. And they say one of the side effects is it gives you weird dreams. And it does. And it does.
That's the hallucinating thing. I remember that.
No, the Channix is the most recent.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you get some pretty messed up dreams with it. But mine were cool messed up dreams. They weren't suicidal dreams. So.
All right, I'm gonna call you later. Get more info on that shit.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me a call, Rick. I mean, they were cool dreams. They weren't. I mean, the weirdest dream I remember is me and my buddy Gabe, who we owned a boat with at the time, and we always went fishing together. Well, the weirdest dream I can remember is we were out fishing, and we had a double, so we each had one on the line. The problem was there's a fish on the end of each line, and the lines came together and wrapped around the receiver hitch, the ball of the back of his white Ford pickup. We were fishing out of an extended cab white F-150. That's the weirdest dream I remember.
I gotta say, not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't one of them kind of dreams.
That's kind of boring.
It'd be like, it wasn't like the dream that Deshaun Watson's going to play for the Texans again. Not that good a dream.
What's up, Mojo?
All right. Whatever. Good. All right. Hey, all right. Hey, go for it.
So, Rick, you on tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
You better be.
Yeah. Last week, had a huge rub order come in and had to be out Tuesday. I got home. I was like, I'll do it after my live. No big deal. Got home and realized I had no boxes. I had no packing material. I was out of printer ink. All right, I gotta run and get all this stuff. So,
Well, hey, business first, right?
absolutely.
And,
I'll make that moment.
I will still say to this day, and Rick knows who my favorite uncle is.
Yeah, same as my wife.
But
Beat him.
I will say this right here. No, that's Rick's wife's favorite rub.
Bring it.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite AP right here.
I got you covered.
So, how
Got that
far
too.
you want to, Lance? How far you want to go? I got 4 of those, Lance.
Now, that's the one I gotta get.
Hold on.
I know you had this one.
We went to the shake off.
I used to, but Lance, this is how I get my pig powder from Uncle Steve.
Yeah, you got me.
Okay, just for comparison.
I put all these out hoping maybe we get an endorsement.
There you go. Let's see who loves who.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm like a drug dealer. This is how I get my smoke bomb.
Damn.
That's it right there.
You're looking like Darnell now.
Real deal.
This is how I get my spicier. And I got Gator Shake, Lucky Shake, cow powder. What's the other one? Bird Shake. Yeah. I don't get bottles. I don't get bottles anymore.
So what you're saying is we can send our empty bottles to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm running out of bottles. You're not going to get them back, but you can send them. See, and then I branched out a little bit. I got a little bit of breeding.
I used this today.
I might have one of those laying around.
I'm figuring that stuff out. I did 2 racks of baby backs, and I did some chicken, pulled chicken today.
That's just scary right there.
That's Uncle Steve's sexy shake.
Yeah.
This is Steve when he went to Texas A&M.
Wow.
I thought that was creepy right there.
I know.
This is the 1983 David Hasselhoff edition. No, Rick, here's what's creepy.
Yeah, I like to get one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm telling you, that sauce. Do you guys know Booger?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
She's
Booger.
want to put it out.
No, not your Booger, Rick. Not your Booger,
oh,
Rick. she is not a barbecue sauce fan. And last week she goes, "This is the only barbecue sauce I'll ever use."
Yeah, I saw her a couple weeks ago. She put it out there, and I was like, "What?" Because I had just sent Uncle Steve a message 2 days before that, and asked him if it was for sale or was going to be for sale, and he replied with something like, "Yep," or something like that.
Well, I've seen Steve's facilities where he blends the shakes, where he does everything. And people new to his shakes, I tell them, because back in the day, if you look at the bottom of the bottle, it had a cell phone number on it. I said, call that number if you need to reorder. You might get the janitor, you might get the shake master, you might get the owner. And they're like, really? I said, yeah, it's all the fucking same guy. And he's got, well, within 80, I'm going to say 90 miles of me, he's got 3 retail outlets up here now.
It's all right.
So,
yeah, Papa Texas had them on last night. We're showing it. If you purchase the master kit before midnight, you got a bottle of barbecue sauce.
yeah, the one of everything that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say, I'm not going to rank it 1 through 3, but I've used all 3. I've used 2 others and that in competition, and I had 1 finish out of the top 5 all last year.
It's all right.
It's all, a lot of it's the flavor, but it's how you use it and everything else. And I'm going to tell you that for the first time ever, this is going to be part of glazing a brisket, because it's kind of what they do at the American Royal. At the American Royal, they expect a light glaze on the brisket. Rick's going to roll his eyes because it's not true Texas barbecue. And I understand that, but it's regional. And some guy, I'm not going to mention any names, but found out that when you're in Kansas City, you might need to sauce a brisket. But I'm not saying any names. And out of 485 teams on day 2, by saucing his brisket, he got a 10th place brisket.
Wow.
I'm not taking any credit for it because I didn't cook it. He asked me my opinion and his wife's opinion, and her and I agreed, so it's all on her. If he did great, it's on her. If he did shitty, it's on her. I just threw my opinion out there.
Hey, Daddy Dutch, what are you drinking?
A little Tito's and
Tito's.
7.
Tito's. Drunken Chef was asking what you're drinking.
Oh, sorry. I haven't
Steven
looked
said
at
there's an echo.
What's that?
the chat.
Steven says there's an echo.
Yeah, it's been there.
Hey, what's happening, Mojo?
I don't hear it.
I hear, John, I hate to say it, but I think it's on your end.
You think so?
Click over to the YouTube side and make sure that's totally muted and not just turned down.
No, I don't even have YouTube open.
Okay, then it's not you. It's probably Lance. We'll blame Lance. He's from Maryland.
I've got the YouTube tab up there, but that's it.
It's probably you.
Lance, you can't turn down the volume. It has to be totally muted.
I can just turn it off, right? Click, shut it down.
Yeah, I think so. Lance, I will say one thing.
But
I like the live. What is that? Your sign in the back. Your neon.
I'll get into something. You like the thumbs up?
No, I didn't even see that actually. I was looking at the shelf above it at the live.
Yeah, I saw them. I was I can't do anything half-ass. I got to go all the way out.
Well, there you go.
And I saw them, and I said, "Hey, I like that."
So, Lance, I have one question for you. When are you going to grow out your beard, cut it off, and send it to me so I can be Santa Claus for Christmas? Mine, by December, mine's not going to be that white like yours.
I wish I could grow it out and put it back on that bald spot on the back of my head, but it won't grow.
Well,
And the super glue irritates my skin.
Hey, we'll just start a GoFundMe for a new hat. How's that?
Why don't you just do that Donald Trump, grow it out on the sides and flip that mug over?
That's my super hat.
Maybe
Or just be like Rick. No, put that back on. Put that back on.
Low
Turn up. Hey,
dynamic. Come on.
Aerodynamic.
either put your hat back on, Rick, or turn off the lights, for God's sakes. This is Kojak. Rick is Kojak. He's the Hispanic version of Kojak with that big bald dome.
All right, we'll turn the slide off here. There we go. Better?
Yeah, that looks cool.
Nah, you're still ugly.
Te miras bien chingón.
No glare. Hey.
Oh, now you look tan.
Yep.
You should be in a Hawaiian Tropic commercial now. Maybe with a touch of Just for Men as a side advertiser.
I think that does look better.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
You don't look all washed out.
You
There you go.
don't look as white as I am.
I
can
know
tell you
what
this.
it is.
When it comes to background, there's 2 weak links in the chat. I can tell you that. And like it's gonna be me and George.
No, you guys look like you're. Hey, I mean, come on. Up here, you're seeing the insulation on my ceiling. You know, it's supposed to look. Oh shit! There went my phone. It's supposed to look more like this, so you guys can see all the stickers and everything behind me. And that little trophy right there. But the way I'm saying, okay, there you go.
Hey, TPC, I'm liking this camera. I like that camera. It works good.
Yeah, TPC. Thank you, man.
Drunken Chef. Comments in the chat says bald.
My bad. Go ahead.
John, you didn't make me a moderator yet. I want to time his ass out.
When I went over to Facebook, I didn't see.
No,
anything.
I didn't say Facebook. I said YouTube.
That's what I meant. I went to YouTube. I didn't see your name in the chat, so I couldn't make you one.
All right, hold on. You ready? Get ready.
Oh hell, what are you doing?
Hey, Lance, when you're smoking your brisket?
There, Stevie Wonder.
Probably Saturday morning. Probably I get home. I carry Amish guys back and forth to work every day, so I got to take them home, and I'll drop them off. I won't get home to about 5 o'clock. And I'll probably start trimming it after dinner.
On that smoker, what kind of smoker are you gonna smoke it on? The pellet smoker or that offset?
I bought that offset out today. I haven't used that thing in over a year. It was a year ago this past Thanksgiving was the last time I used that offset. And I had it out there today just to get familiarized with it again. And I tell you, it's a job with all this wind and cold we have right now. I mean, it was 29 degrees yesterday. Winds were blowing like 30 miles per hour and snow. So today the wind was still there a little bit, but we did crack 40 degrees around 2 o'clock. But it was still a challenge. I mean, I didn't burn that much. I burnt probably 6 splits of cherry, but I did burn about probably a half a bag of Kingsford Comp briquettes.
Right.
Lance, do me a favor.
What's that?
Well, okay. First thing, what kind of offset do you have? I don't think I've ever seen you cook on the offset.
I have an old school. I say it's old school. Actually, my wife saw it. Came out today, and she saw it. She said, I forgot you even had that. It was. We bought it at BJ's Wholesale Club. It's like a Costco for us.
Okay.
And it was probably pushing 10 years ago. Serial number on it is 3,642.
Do you know the name brand on it? Or
Brinkman. It's a Brinkman Trailmaster limited edition.
Okay. Okay.
So
I got you there.
it's like
got
eighth inch steel. It's not cheap, cheaper
No.
the cheaper metals, but it's
No.
pretty decent.
No, I got you there.
I brought it out today because what I don't like about it is the firebox opening into the smoke chamber. It's really high.
Okay.
So the right end of the pit, the smoke chamber, is really hot.
Lance, when I get back sometime this week, I'm going to send you a picture of a diffuser plate that I made. It's 1/4 inch steel, okay?
Right.
Everything is 1/4 by 4 inches. And you cut it to length to fit in your cooker. So your first one's going to sit at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
Against the firebox, and then you'll have 2 flat going this way.
Well, I'm so glad to hear you say this. Go ahead.
Okay. And I will send you a picture of mine. Mine's going to be a little different because the way I did it. So if you measure the opening between the firebox and the cook chamber.
Right.
Okay.
Bottom grade.
So maybe 16 inches.
Right.
Whatever it is. So you're going to take 2 inches of camera. 2 pieces of 4 inches flat, however long, whatever fits your cooker. You're going to put about 4 tack welds on it. So now you got 8 inches going this way, right?
Right.
And then the other one, you're going to take at an angle to go up at roughly a 45.
Right.
So you're going to go.
Right. I got you. I'm smiling because that's one of the reasons why I broke out that offset today is because I had the Amish cut me baffle plates almost a year ago. And I had the first one at a 45-degree angle, blocking that opening. I have 2 plates in front of it. They're just stacked up. And then I have 2 plates in front of that have got like a 1/2 inch gap and a 3/4 inch gap on the last one.
Either that or what you do is when you build that, if you need more heat, then closest to that 45 where it comes down marries with the flat. And I don't know if Rick's had anything like this because he's got what do you got, a Pecos, Rick?
The Brazos.
Okay. Either that or if you need more heat, then closest to where the 45 and the flat meet.
Right.
You can drill 1/4 inch holes, 3/8 holes, 1/2 inch holes.
Right.
To let a little more heat up. What I like to do with mine is how it sets in there, and it sets 6 inches below the cook grate. That is where I will take my steel pan and slide it on top of that diffuser plate because my diffuser plate, when it comes out of the firebox at the 45, goes from side to side. And then the next 2 are an inch short on each side. So the heat's coming up around instead of through. And then the last one is the full length. So I got a 16 inch or 18 inch at a 45, 2 14s flat, and a 16 flat. And they're all welded together.
Right.
And on top of there is where I will set my water pan.
Right.
And I learned this from Meat Cranium Barbecue. It used to be Meathead back in the day. If you look up Meat Cranium Barbecue, and he did it with his Oklahoma Joe offset, his Highland.
Right.
And that regulated the temps right to left. Now, it's only a 32-inch cook chamber,
Right.
but it regulated it within 5 degrees from right to left.
Well, I tell you, Kent, I'm real happy with it. I cooked up 6 skinless, boneless breast and 2 racks of baby back ribs. And I didn't break out the briskets and everything. At first, I shot with my my laser gun, but that's really only accurate for the first 5 seconds because the door's open. But I took the rack of ribs and I kept moving around, and chicken breast moving around, and I was within 6-7 degrees from one end to the other on either the rack of ribs or the breast. No matter which way I did it, I was tickled pink. But it's the temperature.
If you can get an offset from right to left, close to the firebox to away from if you can get within 10 degrees,
Right.
that's a win.
Yeah.
Now there's one guy who I saw popped in the chat, and I will say he probably has one of the best offsets out there, because I know the guy who made it. I met the guy who made it after he made it for him, but it's Brother Elton.
Is there Elton in the chat?
From the Dog Father. And I'm pissed I had to cook at church all day yesterday because I saw Elton went live last night.
Yep, I
and
saw
I
him.
missed it. And I'm like, he finally went live and I missed it.
Yeah, no, he's been live past 2 weekends.
All the cooking I did for the Lord, I probably erased by saying in other censored words because I missed Elton's live.
Yeah.
But to see
He looks good.
to see him go back live.
Yeah, he looks
I
good.
love it. I
He
love
looks
it.
real good.
Yeah.
He was live last week also, and I missed that one. But I watched it later. But I caught this week's. But yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, I was able to catch both of them.
Yeah. Well, he's on his on week, off week schedule, and when we were in Houston, he was on his on week. But I caught some stuff of what he did at the Austin Rodeo on his off week. It was good to see him up and about doing his stuff there. It's he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
And Miss Jean Marie, as he likes to call her, amazing woman. It's nice to see things get back to normal for them.
Yeah.
He was
Yesterday he was talking about getting some work on Barbecue Boulevard. He's got the new LSG pellet grill. Just sitting in his garage waiting to be broken in. Man.
I want to talk about it. Because last year when we were down in Houston, cooking with CJ Volkman, myself, and Bottle Cap Barbecue, Chris, we left Houston on that Friday and ran up to Centerville to meet an old buddy of CJ's. See, and I hate saying CJ now because there's 2 CJs now, But met him at Woody's Smokehouse. On the way back, we stopped at Lone Star Grills.
Oh, is that right? Ah, man.
I looked at stuff, and I will be honest with you, at one time, and this is before the pellet cooker was released. It was sitting about 10 feet from Amber's desk. I took my wallet, I threw it on the floor, and I said, Amber, if you find a blue credit card in there, run it for that pellet cooker. And she wouldn't pick up my wallet.
Yeah. That's what I couldn't go to something like that.
It broke my heart because, with the wife, the CFO,
What's up, Jared?
it's a hell of a lot easier to ask forgiveness than it is permission.
Yeah.
And I would have had that thing, like a month ago or 2 months ago by now, but Maybe next time I'll happen to drop it on her desk. That's all I'm asking.
I'd like to have one. If I ever went into something like that, I'd be asking for the credit application. I know I would.
I would take that. I don't think there's another Rick. I'm sorry, because we're comparing apples to oranges. We're talking backyard versus something totally different. But that Lone Star Grill of pellet cooker, I would take that over a Yoder. I'd take it over that Green Company. Sorry, Brother Rick. I love you, but I'm sorry. And I would take it over a Traeger in a fucking heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
I'd take this little master belt over a Traeger.
That barbecue. That Dutch barbecue.
Blocked.
Unsubscribed.
Blocked.
Papa Texas in the house. Let's see that.
Up in Texas.
But
Now-
that Lone Star Grill's pellet, they learn from what everybody else did and make mistakes on and incorporate it all together.
Yeah.
Now,
Well-
Rick, if GMG wants to send me a big pig, I'll whore that thing out like a prostitute. I'm telling you.
It sounded like a prostitute.
Just saying.
And he ain't gotten paid.
Huh?
Huh?
And I ain't got what?
I said he haven't gotten paid.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Nah, they got a good product. They're right there with the Yoders, as far as steel
There you go, John. Did you see that, John?
and all that.
Yeah.
Money.
The GMG Big Pig, that thing's a cooking beast, man.
Yeah.
I got a buddy 20 miles up the road. Actually redid his. You know how the door swings up? They actually fabricated it out, him and his brother over the winter, and light up door at the end, and doubled the square footage of that thing. I mean,
Cool.
120-pound hopper on that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You can cook 50. You can cook 50 brisket on it, and not worry about running out of fuel.
Kent, what do I push to step out and it puts my logo there? It's not stop cam, is it?
Yeah.
I got to put wood on the fire.
Oh, he's got to pee. Yeah. Hit
No,
stop.
I got to put wood on the fire.
We
Oh, the logo didn't come up.
at the hot seat. We used to just say there's somebody at the door.
Pizza man's here.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Jared,
the man himself coming in.
That is not me. Oh.
All right.
What's
There we
up,
go.
guys?
What's up?
How you guys doing? Brother Kent,
Good.
what's
How about
happening, my
you?
brother?
The bow down.
Elton, my
Man.
man.
Hey, man, first off, I gotta say, thank you guys very much, for just being in my corner, man. I've got a fantastic support system around me, including you guys, and man, I couldn't ask for anything more. It's been a rough weekend. This weekend has been really rough. Yesterday, it's funny, you mentioned me going live, and I didn't know if that was going to happen because, man, yesterday was a bad day. But I kind of pulled it together by the evening, and we went on live and hung out, and it was good. Felt good. It was liking being around everybody, talking to everybody, and then today it was another bad day. But dude, it is what it is, So
Gives you something
coming to
else
hang
to
out.
think about.
What's that?
I said, gives you something else to think about for a little while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And man, it's like I say, hashtag barbecue fam. All of us are in it together, man. And dude, I just, man,
Jean
much
Marie
appreciation
poking
you
her
guys for pulling for me.
Oh, yeah, she was back there.
What's
I
that?
saw the beauty over your right shoulder there for a second.
So, but yeah, man, I can't wait to get Barbecue Boulevard back together so we can really, start to do some things. We got some construction and stuff going on back there. But hopefully in the next month or so we'll be finished and we can get the boulevard put back together. It's going to be a new layout. And I'll have to do some sort of video and kind of walk everybody around and show what's going on. But it should be a lot of fun.
I'm sure Federico's missing his paychecks, Al.
Well, I got to hire him again, because I think last time we left it off, I fired him. So, that dude gets fired like every 5 minutes.
I should probably put him in touch with my work comp attorney because I went through that with CJ. I get fired on Thursday and get rehired on the following Tuesday.
Absolutely.
So,
all right, Mojo. We'll see you later.
Give Fed my number.
Man, I'll do that. I'll do that. Hey, but you know what? Gene, are you okay with me doing this?
I can't believe we got 3 established channels here on our first live. I'm just blown away by it. Blown away.
Dude, well, I'm trying to get established. What you talking about?
Yeah, who are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's talking about me.
It must be John George and Elton. That's all I got to think about.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and announce this. So if you guys remember, right before COVID, really kicked in the full year, February 2020, we had a YouTuber meetup here at the house. CJ and Dash and Baby Back Maniac, and I mean the list goes on. All these guys came over and hung out. Go ahead, Kent.
What's wrong with me? I wasn't there, but I had to co-host the damn thing. What the hell? I'm the one who did all the work, and you left me out, Al.
Hey, well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kent. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know we're planning to do another one this fall. We're talking October, first weekend in October, first Saturday in October.
Not the first and second.
I believe it is.
Oh, dude, you're killing me. I'm gonna be at the Royal.
You're doing what?
I'm gonna be at the American Royal.
Man, we gonna have more fun over here, man.
Come on. Come on, Ken.
But no, man, we're planning to do another YouTube meetup. I've already talked to T-Roy. I know T-Roy is in. I know James is in. Dash is going to try to be here again. My brother Rick, I'm sure Rick is going to be here. You're right down the road. So yeah, man, we're planning to try and do that that weekend.
Well, you got another guy from what I saw today that's moving to your area.
We got what for area? What'd you say?
Another guy that's moving. There's somebody in the chat who was in a live earlier that says, "Hey, Andrew, Austin is not part of Texas because the grill sergeant is moving to the Austin area."
Really? I didn't know that. That'd be awesome.
There's a probationary period. Yeah. But even if he does come, he's still got a little,
Hey, Rick, you're gonna have to jump him in, right?
So he's going to be a come here?
You know what? I got 10 days in Texas and nobody kicked me out in the last 2 years. I think I'm past my probationary period.
Hey, you're adopted fam, man. You're adopted fam. We love you like a play cousin, Kent.
You're good.
Yeah. Every town in Texas needs a 300-pound gringo.
Oh man. So Trumpet Master, you said that's the one where you did the meatloaf. Actually, I did that one at T-Roy's. I went over to hang out with T-Roy and Harry Sue and all of those guys, and I did that.
Yeah, and shit. Elton, I think that's the first time I remember seeing you is when because Chef Johnny told me and raved about. He's like, this guy come over. His name's Elton. Did this meatloaf, and Chef Johnny went nuts over your meatloaf.
Man, that meatloaf was good, dude. It was a good one. It was definitely a good one.
That same weekend that James Smith and Clayman got smashed. Hitting the jug. He went
No,
live.
you know what? That was a lot of fun, doing that cook with them. And it was funny because at that particular time, dude, that was when I first started. My channel was like super, super little. I don't even know if I had 1,000 subs at the time. And so going over there with the heavyweights, with T-Roy and all these guys and you would think you would feel a little intimidated, but man, they're such cool, people, and they want to see you do well. And so, dude, it was nothing like that. It was just fun. It was just like hanging out with the homies, getting on the back porch and, firing up the grill and just having a good time. So it was fun.
Oh, I definitely agree because, I've met Harry last year at the Royal.
Great guy.
We interviewed him. I've met James a couple times, John Barton, your guy, Ryan Newman.
Yeah.
When he posted his personal pit for sale on Facebook, I messaged him. I said, $50? He said, yeah, for one tire. I'm like, all right, now I know where I stand. But, meeting Troy and Chef, and, I've been to Texas twice, and Rick can't drive 50 miles to meet me. That's kind of depressing.
I hated to miss you that time too.
I understand why I haven't been able to meet you yet. Last year was all messed up, and this year with the struggles you're going through, I'll wait another year to meet you just so I can.
Hopefully we can make that happen, man.
That the health and the family, that's more important than anything. Yeah. So, but yeah, the last freaking amazing people. That's more important than anything.
I hated to miss that, man. That's the second time I've missed the Houston barbecue.
Someone's echoing.
Yeah, somebody's got their YouTube feed up.
Not me. I learned my lesson.
I think I missed you when you were at Chef Johnny's. I had a live stream I had to do that day for Grill of Grills.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rick, he's just avoiding me.
Gotta work.
And when you gotta work, right?
Oh wow. Guys got to pay the bills too to have fun on YouTube. So.
Hey guys, real quick, my phone's about to die. I'm gonna bounce off of here. Y'all have an excellent weekend. Good chatting with y'all.
Hey man.
All right, later, man.
Coming on here.
See you Monday, Rick.
Appreciate you coming through.
Hey, live, y'all got time? Bounce on over. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll be there.
All right, guys. Later.
Later, man.
So, John, what's cracking, man?
What's going on?
I think it's the first time we've gotten on together. I think it's same with Sleeper. 805, man. Dude, what's going on, fellas?
We're trying to get big. We want to be talked about.
Someday we all want a silver play button, Elton.
Oh man. I tell you what, I got it around here. I think it's on the shelf back here, but
Mama wants some extra retirement money.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Here's what Elton needs to do. He just needs to retire when Barbecue Boulevard is done, and he can spend all day, every day, making his videos, and have food on the table for Jean Marie and the kids when they get home.
Hey, we're almost empty nesters, man.
Well, my youngest is a freshman.
My youngest is a junior.
Well, I'm a grandpa 3 times, Elton.
I don't have that hat yet.
All right, I'm 52. My oldest is 32.
Okay.
My second oldest is 25. It'll be another 20 years before I get a grandkid out of him, because all he's doing is poking and hoping. Hoping he doesn't have one, actually.
Not Darnell.
And then I got the 18-year-old and 15-year-old, and I'm 52.
Dude,
There's 17 years between my oldest and youngest.
I got you all. I just turned 63. I feel it too. But I try to tell myself it's all in your head,
Yeah, you can tell yourself all you want in your
Turn it
head.
down, Gene.
It's when your joints and your knees and your hips tell you different.
I think I understand where this whole. I hear her in the other room listening and watching this, and my microphone is picking her up. So I think that's what that is, hearing that echo. Sorry about that.
Oh, is she in the? Oh, no. She ain't in
I
the
think
chat.
it's Dutch.
She's in the other room. Should get her in here.
So,
Oh,
have
yeah.
you got any ideas on your first cook back?
I'm sorry, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not really sure. I was kind of thinking that I might do a barbecue boulevard tour, and just showing, how we're gonna set it up now, because it's gonna look majorly different than what it did before. So I'm kind of thinking that. And then as far as cooks go, I'm not sure. I'm kind of wanting to do some stuff with the new Weber kettle. I haven't even put anything in it yet. But I'm thinking about doing some stuff with the Weber kettle. And I do have the Lone Star Grills pellet that I haven't even unwrapped yet. I still have it in the garage, and I need to do some stuff on that. So I'm not really sure which way we're gonna go yet.
I would say, let me think of how to put this. Okay. We've all known you've taken a break recently for obvious reasons. I think if you would do a couple flashback shots, okay,
Thought about that.
the way Barbecue Boulevard used to be set up, especially with a couple Barbecue Boulevard sign shots. And then kind of montage into the way you're going to set it up with a sign shot. Maybe highlight what you had versus what's out there now, or just where they're different. And maybe put in a clip of that hot seat where Justin's running in the backyard with a bucket on his head. I think that'd be perfect, because I don't think 3 of these guys have seen that.
That was hilarious.
And maybe a little clip of CJ getting too much of the jug.
The jug sat him down.
No, I've heard a lot about the jug. I've never seen it.
Oh,
man.
Lance,
The jug puts it down.
I want you to go back and search the hot seat when CJ was actually on Barbecue Boulevard in Elton's backyard. And you're going to see the funniest clip you've ever seen.
Is that right?
Justin from Baby Back Maniac. I was busy watching the chat. I did not see it till I watched a replay, and I spit pop out of my nose. Honest to God.
And it was all spontaneous.
That is in like the top 3, if not the top 2 hot seats I remember. And the only reason it's probably not top 1 or 2 is because when we had Mitch and Phillip from the Kitchen Queers with all the shit they had in the background. It's like 1 and 1A and 1B. I mean, they're right all there together.
Got Grill Sergeant in the house.
Andrew's in. What's going on, brother? That was a great time, though, Kent. That was a great time, dude.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
It really was, and that's why I want to do it again. Now that we're kind of, hopefully, we're on the tail end of the whole COVID, thing, and I'll be through, this whole chemo thing, hopefully, and we'll move on to the next new normal.
Oh,
And maybe we can put that together, man, and then we can come up with something new and have something new to be something we talk about going forward. You know,
you're gonna. I know the. You know, I've texted you, messaged you. You know about the whole big C thing. I know you're gonna take that down.
oh yeah.
That ain't no hill for a mountain climber. I know that.
You know, and I think we let me just explain this because I think a lot of people may have missed this. You know, with us and what happened with me, we were fortunate and we found it, you know, in the early stages.
Mm-hmm.
We did have the surgery in December, and we had what's called a right side colectomy, and so they got everything, you know, and we did not have it spread to my lungs. It didn't spread to my liver. All of that is clear. The only thing that they did find was that there was cancerous cells that were in the perineal nerves of the part of the colon that they pulled out, and for that reason alone, the suggestion was to do chemotherapy.
So you're pretty much doing the maintenance chemotherapy then, right?
We're doing what's called, we're trying to give ourselves the best opportunity to not have a reoccurrence. Because what happens with this, the way that it's explained to me is that we won't have a reoccurrence in the colon. That's not going to happen. At least that's what they say. Anything can happen, but that's what they say. The problem would be if there were some microscopic cells that they couldn't find or they didn't see that may have gone somewhere else. This chemo regimen will take care of that.
Right.
Theoretically, should take care of that. And so they gave me the option, and they said, you know what, if you don't want to do chemo, you don't have to. There's different forms of chemo, you know, that you can do if you want to do it. And I had a heart-to-heart with the doctor, you know, and I trust him, and I just asked him point blank, you know, hey, if it was you, what would you do? And he said, dude, you're young. You got a lot of years left, you know. If it were me in that same position, I'd be doing everything I can to make sure that I'm still going to be here, you know, for the long haul.
Well, you know, you got them girls to see through.
Absolutely.
And
selfishly, hell, I want to be here. And I got a lot of barbecue to make still.
Yeah.
You know, so no, we decided now let's go ahead and do it. You know, there's days that I wish I didn't have to do it, but you know what, it could be a lot worse. And I keep trying to remind myself of that. As bad as I may feel, you know, and I'm struggling to get out of bed or whatever it might be, there's people that would, you know, kill to be in the same position I'm in. You know what I mean? So when I go get in the chair and I'm getting infused and I'm looking around and I'm seeing people that are way worse off than I am, you know, it just tells me, you know what, hey, keep it in perspective. You know, it could be a lot worse. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. So
I lost my mother-in-law lost her battle about 3 years ago, January, and she fought it for the longest time. And you're absolutely right. You know, be happy where you're at, and not where you could be.
Yeah, man. Sorry for your loss there, man. I know that's tough.
Yeah.
Did they choose not to do radiation because they felt like they got it during the surgery?
Sometimes radiation just wasn't an option. You know, for where it was at, and you know what all was going on with me, it wasn't really an option to do radiation. You know, so we didn't have to go that route.
You know, there's one thing I thought about, Elton, when you post pictures to Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You wearing that mask, you know, you're laying in the hospital bed, and there's one thing, well, more than one thing, a couple things I always thought back to, but the one that really always stuck out in my head is watching Stuart Scott on the Ethics.
Yeah, that was powerful stuff.
And
there she is.
Hi, Jean Marie.
Hey, Jean.
How are you, darling?
She can't hear you guys because I'm going through the.
Oh, yeah. Well, take your headphones off so she can hear me trying to romance her or something. Come on.
There you go.
Hi, Jean.
Hey.
How are you, dear?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Well, I guess that probably made it hard for you. You couldn't even be out in the public, could you, Alton, because your immune system being affected like it was, and just COVID?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
You know, I probably I'm probably out more now, I think, because we have been in a while. It's not like we're out all the time, but we did go to Oscar Barbecue during my off week.
Yeah.
And I went to, I did go. This was probably ill-advised, but my brother Jay needed some help doing a cook for out at Treaty Oak, and that was on a treatment week. And it was on that Saturday, and I mean, he really needed some help, and so I, got Federico, went out to go help him, and it was a rough one. And so therefore, after that, I'm like, nah, treatment weeks, I'm shutting down. I'm not doing anything, because I just really can't commit to it. And now here we are coming up for the Pit Boss 250 that's happening out here at Coda, and Pit Boss and Louisiana Grills are, going to have me out there for their deal here next week or whatever.
This weekend?
Not this weekend. This weekend is a smoke game. I think it's the ball. Hopefully, we're well enough to get out there for that. They're going to be doing some barbecue events out there, being Pit Bosses sponsoring this NASCAR deal. So hopefully, we can make it out there. I didn't make it out last year again, the same type of thing, but I didn't make it to Houston. But hopefully, we're going to make it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You do have to kind of be careful. The immune system is not, up to par right now. And so, I do get in different places and I'll have a mask if I need to have a mask or, whatever we have to do to protect ourselves. So,
well, the king needs to take care of his queen and his princesses. So,
I think they probably think I'm the royal justice.
they probably think you're a royal pain in the ass, but we know.
That's right, I do. I try. Tonight we did a big tomahawk on the griddle. So we're still cooking.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see the Boulevard when you get it back together.
Yeah, I am too. I'm anxious to see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully.
If I was in Texas, you'd have some free labor out of me. I do construction work, so I'd be all in it.
Hell, I could have had 2 days a couple weeks ago. I could have come poured concrete, laid pavers, done framing.
Well, we're on the tail end of all this stuff now, and then hopefully we're gonna be done within the next 3 weeks. I don't know. We thought we would be done by Christmas, and it didn't happen. So I don't know, man.
Shout out to Jean Marie for putting the Weber together. I don't think she needs y'all guys.
It was pretty.
The funny thing is, I ordered that Weber back in December, I think. Yeah. And when she saw it, she's like, "I want to put it together." I was like, "What do you mean you want to put it together?" She's like, "I want to put it together."
Yeah.
It was blue. It's pretty. Like,
that's all right.
I came home and it was all put together. I'm like, okay. And it was put together.
Uh-oh. What happened to George?
I'm here.
So which Weber did you end up with, Alton?
I believe it's the Master Touch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got the premium. I love my Weber, man. That and the rotisserie attachment, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely. That's what I tell people all the time. They ask me with all the different grills that I have, why do I still play around with a Weber? I'm like, dude, I'll never be without a Weber.
Yeah. I've got the Ribulator also that goes on the rotisserie. I love that thing. It is a pain in the butt to wash because it's got those stainless steel slide out shelves to accommodate the length. And when all that sauce gets in between them slides, God dang, I hate using it.
Alton, I actually quoted you earlier, and other people have said it too. What's the one grill you will never go without? And what's the most versatile grill? It's a Weber kettle.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you build a Broen series, right, John?
Exactly.
I think the rotisserie and the slow and sear.
No, you didn't say it right. It's Pro and Sis.
So I think those are the ones that I always tell people. Those are the ones that I would say you got to get.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the Vortex. The Vortex is another one.
I got the Vortex too. I like to get the pizza thing, but I started doing some reading on it, and they had one where they had issues that the shelf would actually be lower than the opening. So to get the pie out of the opening, you had to like dig it down in there to lift it up and get it out. So I don't know if they corrected that or which brand it was. I don't remember now, but I did remember reading that.
Yeah, I do have that pizza attachment, and I do remember that in particular. And I want to say there was some fixes I thought, but I never did it.
Well, and you use that wide tool that slides
pizza
in
peel.
anyways, so it's a non-issue.
Yeah, it hasn't really been an issue for us.
Mhm.
So, and it does work out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? I need to get one. I need to stop. Hey, Patty Joe, I need to get one and just stop putting it off. But my wife and I have a rule. You know, what I make during the week goes to household bills. All this play money you see out here in this shop, on the other side of that curtain, a 69 Chevelle. That's all side money. You know, I do side work, whatever I can do just to make extra money. And that she can't tell me what to do with.
Is it a stock?
Not yet.
Wait, is it a stock Chevelle?
No.
350.
350.
4-speed manual.
Manual slapstick console. It's got the headers, intake, camshaft, everything, but
It got the Corvette Rally center caps or not?
Corvette Rally wheels.
Okay.
I actually have. It's not an SS. So I have over the years I've purchased stuff to clone it to an SS.
What color is it?
White. It's all white.
We had a forest green 71 Chevelle SS with the Corvette valve covers, the Hurst 4-speed shifter. It won its class for 7 years at the World of Wheels over here.
All right.
And my stepdad bought it from his cousin. And it was supposed to be my graduation present until I moved away after my junior year.
It's all right. No, I love my Chevelle. It needs suspension work because it still has the old original suspension.
Oh, we had the
You go around a turn and that body's doing this on you, you're rolling on you. You know, it's a little scary. So
we had the air ride down the back.
mm-hmm.
Hey, Alton, I got a question for you. How long you been doing YouTube for your channel?
It's funny you asked that because I was just having that conversation with one of my daughters a little while ago, and for me, it's felt like we only been doing it a couple of years.
Yeah.
But man, I think we started. Was it December
18?
Has it been 18?
It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was either December 18 or 19. I thought it was 18.
Let's look and see.
No, you know what? I know it was 18 because
Been 4 years.
for the YouTube meetup or whatever, that was right before I stepped away because I've been doing this for a year and I wasn't seeing the traction. I wasn't seeing the views, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. So I stepped away, did some research, and then came back and changed how I put my content on the platform, and then it took off.
Is that when you came? Hey, to piggyback on that, you need to bring back the intro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hey, if you don't want to listen to me, listen to your damn wife.
I listen.
No, I agree.
Yes.
He listens to the
I
algorithm.
listen to the analytics.
The analytics. Yeah.
I don't care. When
That's the
do
money.
the little talk and
Yeah.
then you go into your intro. It's the best intro in fucking YouTube. I don't care.
I agree.
Dude, I appreciate it, and I love that intro. But again, when I started going through it and doing the research and trying to figure out how to get the views and keep the retention and all of that, YouTube didn't give a rat's ass about that intro. You know, I loved it, you loved it, but you know what? It didn't do well in the what's that?
Well, then once a month, all I ask is you throw a dog a bone once a month.
I'll try to sneak it in there here and there, man,
Yeah.
because I do love it. I love that intro.
Oh,
Yeah,
that,
didn't Johnny or CJ use it?
no.
Yes, he used it for the CJ used it just recently. for
No,
when he
well,
did-
see,
or did he
yeah,
incorporate it?
no, yeah. So CJ sent me the video, and then I edited it through that intro.
Right.
So,
But that is the dog pound, the way it flashed and everything. That, I'd be honest with you, the first time I watched one of your videos, I was like, this guy's fucking new. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I loved it. You know? And I was like, nah, this is cool.
Well, and it took a couple of videos for him to get that intro in too. When he first started, he didn't have that intro.
right.
But once that hit, and I love when he says, "Y'all get it," but he doesn't do that anymore either.
Yeah.
No, that to me was the best intro.
Well, you know what? I actually, you may see it more because of the fact is, I had always said that, I'm going to do what I have to do now to get to 100K. What the analytics tell me to do, whatever, let's just do it. And then once we get to a certain point where we've achieved that, then let's start doing what we want to do.
Well, you're to the want to do point now.
So
Do you have any idea why the analytics didn't like the intro?
Well, whenever you put a video out, you can go in and look at the analytics as far as how people are watching your videos. Okay, so you can literally see when people are skipping forward. What they don't like in your video intros. I find it myself when I'm watching I hate it when people put these long intros in. When if you really think about it, people come to YouTube because they want to get to the content.
Right.
If you're trying to learn something with making a brisket, making ribs, chicken, whatever it might be, you're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that this guy is doing? I want that information. You don't care about an intro. You don't care about a montage. You don't care about all this fluff. You want to get to the point.
Right.
And so if you look at like my first year videos versus post March 2020, my videos changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I got rid of the fluff. I got rid of the long intro. My point is I'm trying to get your attention to watch this video, get you to the end of the video and bounce out.
Right.
And that's how the analytics. So if I get you to the end of the video, the analytics will look at it and say, hey, you liked what this guy did. So let me introduce you to another one of his videos. And that's how you get people into that wormhole.
The one thing I will say I like about your videos before you do like your outro, you do the recap.
Right.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, hey, just to remind you folks, here's what we did. We did this, we did this, we did this, we did this. If it's 4 stages, it might be 2 minutes long.
Right.
3 stages might be a minute and a half long. But by doing that in his video, he is reminding everybody what they just saw and learned from his video.
Right.
That ain't me, because I'd fuck it all up in layman's terms. I would totally mess up what I said from earlier. I'd say like, oh, spritz at a half hour. No, let go now. I'd totally get the times wrong. I'd totally get everything wrong. But the way you do it, it's you still watch it just to reaffirm what you saw earlier. And this guy's presentation is complete 180 from mine. If I tried to do what he did, I would look like a bigger tool than what I am. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I already have the footage. For the video, for whatever video I'm working with, I already have the footage. So I can take the clips to support what I'm talking about. Have that B-roll. Now the thing is, you already know your method of cooking. If you're cooking a brisket, you trim the brisket, you season the brisket, you put it on the pit. You're basically giving just a synopsis of what you did. I'm not trying to be so narrowed into specific times or temperatures or this and that, because I've already done that. But I'm just kind of give you an overall view of, hey, this is what we did, and give you the B-roll to support it so it gets in here.
Exactly.
As soon as I get to the end of that is when I'm closing the video. A lot of people are doing the whole, well, now we got to do this and blah, blah, blah. And that's when people click off. They don't care about that. They just want to know what you did. You know, I don't want to see you eating, you know, birria tacos or whatever the hell. I just want to know how you made it. And so what I did was I stopped doing that because I used to do that. Hey, it's a fun, you know, this is a fun cook, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And when I go to look at the analytics and I see when people are clicking off, they're gone.
Right.
No, they don't really care.
And taste is subjective anyway. So you can wow over that bite all you want.
Everything is savage, right?
And you know, everybody's gonna have their own opinion anyway. They, like you said, they want to know what steps did it take you to make this.
Right.
And they're gonna make their own informed opinion in their head of how it tastes when it's done anyway.
Right.
So
I answered your question because you asked me when did I start, and I believe it's December 2018 is when we started.
Alton, since we're on the video topic, what is your opinion on what's too long, what's not long enough, or your video lengths? You see who's laughing, don't you? You know where it's coming from, don't you?
So here's the thing on that. You know, you go back to the old school where people say, oh, the videos have to be 10 minutes long. And then it changes. Oh, they have to be 8 minutes long. And it all has to do with the algorithm and the monetization and all. Dude, scrap all that. What I go by is I make my videos as long as I need to tell the story.
Yep.
If that means it's a 4-minute video, it'll be a 4-minute video, but make it a damn good 4-minute video so that it actually gets people's attention. Because here's the thing. If you make a 4-minute video versus you make an 8-minute video, you got 4 minutes that you can retain somebody's attention. People on YouTube have a short attention span, right? So if you have a 4-minute video that's short or whatever, but at the point, not only do you get that 4 minutes, but now you're increasing the likelihood that they're going to go to one of your next videos. So you get 2 views out of that. Make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Versus if you do a 10-minute video and they didn't, you know, they weren't engaged in the video and they end up clicking off of it, well, you just got that one view, and it may have hurt your analytics because they clicked off the video or fast forwarded through the video instead of consuming the entire video. So I subscribe to the notion that I make my video as long as it needs to be to tell the story that I'm trying to tell.
So what about a 25-minute video?
Again, think about this. So here's the biggest key. This is the advice I would tell anybody that's like really wanting to make a video or make videos and be, you know, somewhat successful at it. Make your videos like you like watching them. Do you like watching somebody make a 25-minute video?
Yeah,
no, I don't.
Do you like seeing somebody make corn on the cob for 25 minutes when it takes 4?
I mean, literally. I mean, if you really look at some of the bad videos out there, there's just so much fluff in it that by the time you get towards the end of the video, you don't even know what the hell was going on.
Right.
You know, and so those are the things that I look at, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that in my video, and so I try not to do that. Sometimes, you know what, I get in my head and I'm thinking, okay, this video is really short. I maybe need to add some more content to it. You know what? No, I really don't. Let's just stick with what the topic is, get the point across, whatever, and bounce out.
See, and I was always told 8 to 12 minutes is the sweet spot. You know,
Right.
General rule of thumb, 8 to 12 minutes is the sweet spot for a video.
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's what I was told. And the reason they say minimum 8 It's because then you can get that mid-roll ad in that everybody
Right.
has to watch.
It's all about
so you
monetization.
get some revenue.
Right.
But I totally agree with Elton in the fact that as long as you're retaining your audience and holding them, they don't give a shit about a mid-roll ad.
Absolutely.
I just get hung up in telling the story. I just can't cut it short because I'm afraid I just don't want a half-assed story out there. I just get wrapped up in it.
Lance, in my opinion, that's what the comments are for. If they miss something or blah, 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 they will ask you in the comments, and you can reply to them in the comments and give them as long as answer as you want. I had a question on one of Elton's 3-4 years ago, and I got 2 paragraphs back from him.
I try to engage with people. I really do.
Elton doesn't give you he doesn't go, hey, thanks for watching. Glad you appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. It's not 2 sentences. I got one back from Elton a couple years ago that was like, dude, thanks for asking. Glad you reached out. Explained his whole process. And I'm like, that's cool.
And that's YouTube, man. We're not even talking about email or Instagram.
Amen.
Yeah.
And that's I try not to answer any comments with a short reply because I want, maybe this is my fault, I don't know, but I want anybody who comments on my stuff I don't give out the same reply 20 times in 30 comments to a video. I try, like if John, you, Lance, George, anybody on here replies, I want to make sure it's a personalized comment.
Right.
I don't want them to think it's a stamp comment that I just type for every comment.
Yeah.
I try and make it personal so that they come back and watch more.
Right.
And I can tell you that, you know what, I start off with that same notion, but when you get so many comments,
It's tough.
and when you get a video that really pops, and you're engaging with your audience, and now you got, however many thousand comments or whatever, it's hard to try to get through and give the time.
Where are you at for subs? How many subs you at now? 100 and what? 201?
130.
Huh?
I think 130.
Okay. At that point, I can see where it'd be tough to personalize every comment.
Oh, it's
other than, hey, John, this cook turned out well. And if John made a specific comment, tag that and be done.
Yeah. So when
you only get 60 comments on a video, it's easy.
Yeah.
So what I do now is I get into when I get into my YouTube studio, you have the section where it's all comments. I actually have it set up for, you can filter it however you want, but typically I have mine set up for stuff that I have not replied to yet.
Correct.
And what I'll do is kind of go through there and I'll see, where people are asking questions, specific questions or whatever. And I might take one day a week where I'm going to sit here for a couple of hours and just go through and try to, answer as many of these questions as I possibly can.
Yep.
At the same time, I'm getting people hitting me up on Instagram or email, that are asking me all kinds of questions. So that time is, you get split in all these different directions with it or whatever, but you're right. I think you do have to give them a little bit of a personal, engagement to keep them, kind of wanting to come back and see what you're doing,
Right.
So
do you really get hit, or maybe you don't notice them as much for like the unsubscribed? Or are you seeing a lot of them, or are they?
Well, the funny thing with that is I'll see, I can see my subs go down, a couple hundred, in a day, and then the next day I might get back 600. I don't know what all is going on with YouTube and purging, I guess fake subs or whatever it might be. But
I saw that.
I do see that.
Somebody's being a smart ass.
Stop up.
Hey, Alton, is it better to post out 2 videos a week or 1 video a week? For us, like John and Sleeper, we're small channels.
Right. So
Daddy Dutch.
Small channel compared to that guy. Very small channel.
But we're small compared to you.
Yeah.
You got more zeros behind yours.
Hey, I ain't fucking shit, boys.
So
I
the
ain't.
funny thing is, I having 130,000 subs, and I mean, it sounds great, and I so much appreciate it. I don't feel like that though. I still feel like I have 500 subs, 1,000 subs, and so when people say things like, "Oh, you're a big channel," or whatever, it doesn't register with me. Okay, so when I answer these questions, understand that sometimes I'm still coming from the standpoint that I still think of myself as a smaller channel. Okay. So
It hadn't gone to your head.
yeah.
Hey, I've been watching Elton, I think, since he started. Okay. He has grown to be a very big channel. Okay. But I will say he is still what we consider our common man.
Dude,
I
I'm
mean,
still in the trenches.
The way he presents himself, everything else, I guarantee you, sub numbers, other than maybe a little, financial revenue that his daughters enjoy because daddy's doing good on YouTube. They might get the big name brand purse or whatever. But he is no different than the 4 of us on here.
We all bleed
He is
red.
a great guy. He is a humble guy, and he's not he's not a Sam the cooking guy who's got 2.5 million subs that says, "Hey, if you don't make it this way, fuck you." Okay, he is so damn relatable, and if he's a little cuter, I'd say lovable. Even though when I meet him, I'm going to rub his head and give him a big kiss on the top of his head.
The way that I look at it, man, is it's we all have this passion. We have this passion for our craft of barbecue. We want people to enjoy it as much as we do. I don't care if you cook on a rubber kettle, a pellet smoker, open fire cooker, offset. It doesn't matter. You cook on what you have.
Yeah.
And
yep.
The thing that I always tell people, don't let somebody tell you you're not making barbecue. If you like what you're making, who am I to tell you it's not good? Maybe it's not the way I prefer to do it, but there's a million different ways to make barbecue. And so first and foremost, enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing and do it on whatever cooker you have. If you want to learn a different cook, cool, get another cooker and learn how to cook it there. But understand that what you have and what you're playing around with, you're making food and you're having a good time. So don't let anybody take you from it. So I'm all about trying to be inclusive. I don't want people to, if you're not burning, Texas post oak, oh, you suck, and you got Texas barbecues. Dude, there's so many different ways to make barbecue. You just gotta enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it and have fun. And
well, that started it. That's my problem. I can't shut up.
You know what? Here's the thing. When I did a lot of talking to the bigger channels at the time when I was going to look through how to do videos and how you put it on YouTube. Let's face it, you can make the most awesome video if you just upload it to YouTube or whatever, ain't nobody gonna see it. It's all about the way you put it on. You know, the titles are huge based on your specific position in the platform. So, for instance, you guys that have a smaller channel, if you make a smoked brisket video and you title your video "How to Make Smoked Brisket," right? But then you have a channel like here's my channel where I rank for smoked brisket. So if I title mine, you know, "How to Make Smoked Brisket" or something similar, I'm probably going to get that priority when the search goes through.
Right.
And so you're really having to look at what works for your channel.
Right.
You know, don't try to, just because you see, you know, a big channel, you know, make their videos this way. Because I've seen videos of people that are big channels, and I think the videos are garbage. You know, and they don't really tell you what you want to know, but they got like 1 million views or whatever because they've already gotten foothold in the platform. So they don't have to approach it the same way we do. So we can't go do what they do to be successful. We each have to find our own lane and figure out how we put that content on the channel and how it's going to be successful for us. You know, so yeah, your titles or whatever have to be relatable for your position in the platform. Your tags have to be set up correctly so that you're reflecting back what that title is when you put it in your content in the first however many characters, because that's the way the search algorithm looks for stuff. I mean, it's the small things that you kind of have to do on each and every video to help yourself get a better footing within the platform. So that was the crossroad that I was at in February 2020 when we had everybody here at the house, and I was frustrated because, dude, I've been putting videos out and I thought it was pretty decent content, and nobody was watching it, and I couldn't figure out why. And so I stepped away and started doing some research, and you know, a month and a half or whatever, I figured out what I needed to figure out for me at that time, changed it, you know, start putting videos back out, and then bam, it hit.
All right, Elton, let me ask you a real quick question on that. Your first video that almost didn't hit, but did, what was it?
I'm sorry, say one more time, the first video that what?
Your first video that hit, that didn't almost happen, what was it?
That was that brisket video.
And that is a question in the chat from, I believe you might know this subscriber. She's a moderator. Her name is Jean Marie. You know, Mama's always got your back, brother.
So that was, you know, for those of you guys that don't know that story, I mean, this was crazy. This was back when COVID was first starting, and you remember everybody was having a hard time finding ground beef. You know, ground beef was out everywhere. You know, and we went to Costco this day and then bought a couple of briskets that were smaller. They were about 9 or 10 pound briskets, and I figured, oh, I'll grind these up, make some ground beef out of them or whatever. So anyway, we brought them home or whatever. Next day, I was talking to Gene. I said, hey, do you want me to go ahead and grind this? Do you want me to smoke it? What do you want me to do? He says, no, just go ahead and smoke it. And I said, well, you know what? If I'm going to smoke it, I'll make a video. You know, and that's how it happened. We made this video of how to smoke brisket, and the damn thing took off. You know, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think it was that great a video. I thought the brisket itself, I thought was a really shabby looking brisket. You know, it was such a measly looking brisket. I'm like, man, you know what? Really, it's more content for the channel, you know, whatever. And I'll just kind of and I think that video sat for probably 2 or 3 weeks before the algorithm grabbed it. And once it grabbed it, it took off. You know what I mean? I was amazed when it got to, you know, like 3,000 views and then 4,000 views and 5,000 views. And I was like, man, I wonder if this is going to have enough steam to get to 10,000 views, you know? And then it hit 10,000 views and just kept going and going and going and going. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? You know? And I don't even remember how many, I think, don't even give me a lot. I don't remember how many views is on that video right now. I want to say it's probably, it might be close to 2 million. I'm not sure, but it took off. It like literally just took off. And so the big thing that was really crazy, because that was kind of the beginning of the channel starting to take off. what really got it was really kind of funny was I had gotten this email and I thought it was some spam, you know. And it
Hey,
was from,
hold on, Elton. I need to interrupt you. That video has currently 2.8 million views.
yeah, there you go.
Hey, how much money did you make from that one video?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You ain't gonna complain about it, huh?
I ain't gonna complain about it. I'll put it this way: I could buy a whole lot of briskets, but no, you know, I had gotten this email, and I thought it was spam. I thought it was junk. You know, I deleted it. You know, it's from YouTube. You know, saying something. I don't know what the hell it was. And so this particular day, I was out there. I was filming another video, and you know, the downtime, I happened to pull up my stuff, living in my YouTube studio, and I was like, oh, snap! You know, I went from having like 2,200 subs to like 10,000 subs. I'm like, nah, this can't be right. You know, what the hell's going on? You know, and I go grab Jean. I'm like, hey, look at this. This is ridiculous, you know? And I said, I don't know what the hell is going on. And she said, well, dude, remember YouTube sent you some email. And I was like, you know what? Let me go back and look at this, you know, because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was, you know, spam, whatever. And I go back and I look at it, and it was literally YouTube telling me, you know what? We've selected you as one of our new content creators on the line. We're going to profile your channel on the YouTube homepage, you know, on this date, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I had deleted this email because I'm thinking it was some garbage, you know, whatever. And so I went to go to YouTube and I went to go look at it, and there was my page right there front and center. And it was like when that happened, dude, it just took off. And I was getting literally, I think we averaged about 6,000 to 7,000 subs a month. Geez, I don't even remember how long. I think we actually ended up getting, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 to 95,000 subs in 1 year.
Yeah, you went from the 20,000 sub range to 100 like that.
Yeah, it took off.
I mean, it was amazing. It was remarkable to see, and you couldn't be happier for a guy. I mean, really. I mean, just the mannerisms and everything he has shown in videos. And, you know, I haven't met this man in real life yet, even though I've been to Texas twice and he stood me up. But that's okay. That's okay. Next time. I understand. But you could be happier for a guy. I mean, we've texted. We've Facebook Messenger, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. We've texted back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I sent you a text a little bit ago. I don't know if you saw it yet. I thought that's why you're laughing, but okay. And you couldn't be happier for a guy like this to not only hit that 100,000 and keep going. I mean, it's the guys you want to root for right there, plain and simple. You know, everybody knows the Barbecue Pit Boys and all these huge damn channels. But this guy is a channel that if you reach out to him, he's going to answer your questions. He's going to give you 100%. And you know you're not getting any BS. Plain and simple.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's got a great lady to keep him in line. I know
He's here. Just being here tonight speaks for character.
It does.
Dude, I keep I'm still a small channel. I'm still a small channel, you know, in my head.
It's working, so I wouldn't change that.
Yeah. So
don't listen to Dutch with the intro.
I'm sorry, was that?
Said don't listen to Dutch about the intro. Keep
hey,
doing
shut your whore mouth. I want my intro back.
So if I'm going to give somebody, you know, advice, you know, for a smaller channel and you're trying to grow, one of the things that I would say is number one, set your pride to the side when you're talking to people that's like trying to help you, because sometimes you're going to get advice, you're going to get suggestions that you're going to think, man, what the hell is this dude talking about? That's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's like we have to get out of our own way. You know what I mean? So we have to understand, number one, that our channels we don't own these channels. Our viewers own the channels.
Yep.
Our viewers own the channels. You can say it's my channel all you want, and you can ride that, into the ground and not have any viewers or whatever. But your channel belongs to your viewers. Your viewers will tell you what they want to see from you, and you have to give it to them. If you want to make a video over making a brisket, but your channel is no, we want to see how you make smash burgers. Make smash burgers. And once you get that video that pops, make another video, double down on it. Make another video, triple down on it, and ride that wave into the ground, because you're hot right now. You got to go with what's hot.
Elton, it's like the Wall twins. Okay, Adam and Brett. They started out. They were doing Blackstone videos.
Yep.
Well, now they got into the pit boss, to the dancing side, along with CJ and Tommy. And they pivoted ever so gracefully from Blackstone to saying griddle. And now that they're with pit bulls, they're still doing the same thing. It's just a different product. Okay. And they year and a half, not even, just clipped the silver YouTube button. They just clipped 100,000. They stayed in their niche. They found it and they went with it. I do Blackstone. I do barbecue. I do shit out at the campground in the summer. I do this. I do that. This is my hobby. This is my relief. This is, it. Hell, I do it for the hell of it. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. My biggest video to date is how to make a bro in sear.
Yep.
Hands down. My third biggest one is when I bend the plate to go opposite the bro in sear. And that one's 2 years later than how to make a bro in sear, instead of spending money on the slow and sear from S&S grills and the drip and griddle. It's just a deflector to make the heat go through the charcoal box. It's two of my three biggest videos cost me $5 to make.
And that's what you got to double and triple down on.
But I turn wrenches all day. The last thing I want to do when I get home is turn wrenches. I know what you're saying, Ellen. I know what you're saying. It's just when I get home, I just want to fucking eat.
So and one of the things that we have to look at is we have to decide what our channel is. Are you an entertainment channel? Or are you an educational channel? What kind of channel are you?
Right.
And once you decide, well, your viewers are going to decide for you, really, what your channel is. I'm not a teacher, dude. I will tell you, Gina's a teacher. She has patience. She has the temperament and all that to be a fantastic teacher. That's what she is. I'm not that. I'm not a teacher. And people think, oh, dude, you must be a professor or this and the other. And it's like, no, it's the fact that I'm listening to what you guys are telling me you want from me. And it just so happens that I have a fantastic teacher here helping me, and trying to put me on that path to say, you know what, you have to break things down to people, in its most basic, form, whether you want to or not, because that's what they want. And so we have to do that. Then I talk to the people that are huge channels, and asking them for advice and, how do I this and that and the other. And they tell me, dude, you got to chop it down. It's too much content. And I've done things where I've chop my video down and send it to them. Say, hey, check this out. Let me know what you think. You know, be brutally honest. And I got feedback like, dude, this bored the shit out of me. You know, this ain't it. You know, you need to cut this, and this. And I'm like, damn, you know, okay, I thought I really chopped this. Okay, let me go back and do it again. And then I can send it back. That's on point.
Well, let me ask you this, Alton. Have you seen our videos, our channels, I should say? Maybe we can cut something different.
Say you were echoing there a little bit. So
I'm saying, have you took a time to took a look at our channels or at my channel? Let's say that. Have you ever looked at my channel yet?
yeah, I've been on your channel before. Let me pull up again.
What can I change to make it better?
It's literally it's going to be a process. You know, I mean, the thing is you have to figure out again what your channel is supposed to be, and your viewers. The good thing is this: when you're a young channel like this, like I'm seeing you're 451 subs. I'm one of them, by the way. But when you're a young channel like this, you can still kind of maybe sway which way you want to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of doing whatever. But what I would suggest you do, like what I do is I do this. I go to a channel, I click on videos, and once I go to click on videos, I'll sort it by its most popular. And I do this all the time, even with my content, because just because you put your video on your channel doesn't mean it's set in stone that that's the way it's going to be forever. You can always go back and re-optimize the video, edit it, and then it can be picked up again in the algorithm. And you'll see that where some videos may have lost traction, and then all of a sudden they've gained traction where they might have a different title, but it's the same video. And that's somebody that's knowing what they're doing and tweaking the stuff on their channel to try and get more views out of it, okay? So what I'll do is like, I'm on your channel right now, and I'm looking at your most viewed is your pineapple cherry glazed ham. You know, you got 3,700 views on it. You put it out 3 months ago. And then you have how to barbecue right using public grill. Now, one of the things I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Did you get that because of the title? Did you get that because of Influenced by Malcolm Reed?
Yeah, I did. When I first joined YouTube, I had no idea what, and I did use this title. And I was watching some dude, Nick something. And he mentioned it, something like that. Oh, you got to go to the big channels and go look and whatnot. And like I said, I was new to YouTube. I had no idea. And that's the only reason it took off. That's what I believe, anyways.
Okay. So this speaks to what I was talking about earlier. When I'm looking at yours and I see that how to barbecue right using a public grill, you're not going to get found with that because you don't rank in the platform for that. How to barbecue right, that's all Malcolm Reed. Even if I put that in, I'm not going to rank with that. That's Malcolm Reed all day long. You know,
right, yeah.
That's pretty much cornered. So that's not really going to work for you. So you end up having to find a title that's going to work for you against the platform. And how do I do that is I use a tool called TubeBuddy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. If you're not, I will tell you start doing YouTube searches on TubeBuddy and, you know, figure out how you use it. You can do a free version of it. I actually do pay a membership for it or a subscription for it. And it works really well. It optimizes my videos. I can click through it and it can take my videos and optimize it for me. And it's called SEO, which is a search engine optimizer. And so that works really well for me. What I would tell you to do is this: when you're looking at what's popping for your channels, look at your videos. And again, when you go to anybody's page, doesn't matter who, you just click on videos and then you filter it, go sort by its most popular. What I do is look at this, and like I said, your pineapple cherry glazed ham is 3,700 views. People loved it for your small channel. Okay, they like that when I did ham. Now I need to do another ham video. Maybe I'm not going to do a pineapple cherry glaze. Maybe I'm going to do a maple bourbon glaze. You know, maybe I'm going to do some sort of mango habanero glaze. Maybe I'm going to do something like, maybe you do something that's it's the same, but a little different.
Okay.
Because that's what they're saying that they like from you. Based on what you have with your views, it looks like they like you for what you do with the ham so far. You know?
But I was going to ask you that too. I've been recently using TubeBuddy, And my biggest video was before I used TubeBuddy, and I seem to have got more views on that one as opposed to now using TubeBuddy for my titles.
We'll go to your page right quick here. And I mean, it's all a process too, and it takes a while because sometimes you can actually, go through TubeBuddy and optimize the video, put it out there, and it still takes a little while for it to take hold, But let me go to yours. I'm on yours now, and I'm gonna. So here's the thing. So yours, I'm looking at yours right now. Your number one video is attack B-52s bombers shorts. For 3,200 views for that. And then your next one is a queso dip and a pellet smoker, easy game day recipe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think that's a good title. And I don't know where you rank in the platform using that title, but I mean, looking at it, it looks like, okay, that might be a good one. One thing that I will say is this, and this was something that was passed down to me. So again, dude, take it with a grain of salt. What works for me might not work for you. What you find it might work, 20 times better. I'm just telling you what worked for me. And one of the pieces of advice that I got was when you're looking at your thumbnails. Thumbnails are important because thumbnails is the first visual that people are going to see that's going to help them to decide if they want to click on your video or not. You don't want to cover up your video or your thumbnail with writing. You know what I mean? Right. So you don't I'm looking at your thumbnail for this queso dip, and it's showing your aluminum pan with your contents in it, and it says smoked queso across it in cursive and white, and it's kind of hard to read. And think about this for a second. Most people, when they're looking at YouTube, where are they looking at it on? They're on their mobile devices. Not necessarily always on PC where they got a big screen. They're looking at it on the phone. So basically, you need to make a thumbnail that basically will pop to them and is very clear and concise as to what they're looking at. No confusion. Get in tight, on whatever it is. People, it's funny to me because people think, oh, they see some of the pictures that I post or whatever, and they're like, dude, what kind of camera you using? It's my phone. It's not some big expensive camera where it's my phone. And then I tweak it, and bring the contrast up and shadows and all of these different things where to make it pop a little bit more or whatever. But it's literally me taking it and doing it with my phone. But if you put a picture like you have this queso, you put that picture up there where it's right there. And I did take photography classes, like food photography classes, just because when I was starting out, I wanted to know, okay, well, how do I take pictures that whatever. And one of the things that was explained to me was this. If you like a burger, think about a good smash burger, right? Is that smash burger more appealing to you if you see it across the street or if you see it right here in your face? So you want to take your pictures to where you get down in these angles and you get close to where people can see the pepper and the different granules of whatever seasoning you got in the sauce and ribs or whatever it might be. It pops to people's senses of appeal. Now, oh damn, I want ribs now, or I want a smash burger, or I want the smoked queso now, And so you take those pictures, make a really good picture of it, and if it's a good picture, you don't even have to put any writing on it because people know what they're looking at.
Would you say the more recent thumbnails are better than that one? Because I have kind of made a change since then.
Well, I see the other ones where you have there are a lot less views. Is that what you're speaking of? So like your smoked chili or chuck roast or those videos. Yeah. I would say again, you don't even need the writing on it, man. If you have a good shot, you know what I mean? If you have a really good shot, you really don't need the wording to confuse it. Because again, you're talking about people seeing it most likely on their cell phone, on their mobile device.
Right.
And that's taking up that little bit of the screen for them to be able to see what it is. So if I come across and I'm say I do a smoked shotgun shells, I'm looking at that one. If I do a smoked shotgun shells search on YouTube, and I come around and I see, well, Daddy Dutch did one, and it was, I can see the actual item, and it looks good. And then I see yours, but all I can see is smoke shotgun shells written across the screen, that doesn't appeal to me visually to click on versus me seeing the product. You know what I mean? And so that's what I kind of look at whenever I'm trying to come up with a thumbnail. I don't try to, dude, honestly speaking, I don't spend a ton of time. I think my thumbnails suck. I know that people that have bigger channels that I talk to, they say, dude, we love your thumbnails. Your thumbnails are great. You know, that this is all you need is just a picture, a good picture of the product, and then it works. And that works for me. So that's what I stick with. I don't spend a lot of time on thumbnails, honestly speaking. I really don't. You know, enough time that I can spend as far as like doing an IG post. You guys are all in it, right? You take a picture, you run it through the filter, you edit it, whatever, you know, you do the picture or whatever, and you know, pop it out there, and it's done. That's kind of what I do with my thumbnails.
Gotcha.
So that's just kind of, I mean, again, you guys are gonna have to feel your way through it and find out what works for you. I'm just telling you the things that's worked for me. It might not work for you. It might work for you. We don't, you know, we won't really know. But these are some of the tools that I use whenever I'm trying to figure out what it is I want to do. You know, I'll go through, you mentioned you have played around with TubeBuddy. I'll go through sometimes, man, and I have ideas in my head of what I want to make. Let me play with this title. Let me come up with a title, you know, and this title works. And I've got, you know, you've seen where you can put the title in and it tells you where it ranks and gives you a score, right? So I can do that, and I get a good score for this. Okay, cool. Let me put this to the side and save that. And I might have, you know, a bunch of titles set up, you know, before I even film any content, but I would have the titles already set up. And I have it in my head what I kind of want to do with the thumbnail. Because most of the time for me, my thumbnails come from during the cook or after.
Right.
And so then I have to have a process for it.
Repeat that out. And sometimes you're come before what?
So there's what I do is there's times whenever I'm just playing around, like I'm not filming anything. I'm just here in the studio and I'm you know, let me get some ideas going. You know, creative juices flowing, so to speak. I'll start playing around with TubeBuddy and come up with different titles. You know, for whatever it is I might want. You know, I'll come up with different titles and I'll run it through TubeBuddy and I'll see what it scores for my channel against the platform. And if it's got a high score, I know that title will work for me. So I'll tuck it away. And so I might have a bunch of titles of videos that I want to do, and I don't have to think of a title now because I already know that it's going to work.
Right.
You know, so then at that point, whenever I'm ready to film it, then I can go and kind of film it. And I know, you know, the next part of it is going to be the thumbnail. And the thumbnail is something that I'm going to do when I'm doing the cook. It might be something as simple as I'm making a steak on a grill and I get in real tight on the grill to where you can see the juices on the steak and, you know, the sear and all that, and it just looks damn good. It might be something that simple. It doesn't always have to be the finished product, you know, sitting on a cutting board or whatever, you know, all set up for a presentation. It could be something very simple on the grill.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, it's just whatever it is that appeals, because all you're trying to do is you're trying to appeal to somebody's senses of what looks good to them to make them click on that video.
Yeah, I like that. I've always thought about thumbnails as the after effect. It's off the grill. It's on the table.
And it doesn't always have to be. It could be raw. You could have, you know, do some beef shanks or something, and you actually are holding a beef shank in front of people, and, you know, it might appeal to them. It might not. You know, but
Papa Texas wanted me to ask you if you go back and tweak some of your older videos. I guess it means like title, description,
right?
And if so, what do you do when you do that?
What I do is I go back and I run it through the SEO optimizer in TubeBuddy. So if I go back and, you know, let me think about old. So if I did like a prime rib video, I think one of the first videos I did was a prime rib video, and I think I did go back and re-optimize it, you know, sometime later. What I'll do is I'll go and look at that video and I'll think, okay, well, this video is entertaining or whatever. It wasn't the greatest because it was kind of the beginning, but there's some value in it. Maybe I want to try and it's the right season for prime rib, right?
Right.
And I want to try and get this one back in to some sort of viewing rotation or whatever. So what I'll do is I'll go into SEO optimizer and TubeBuddy where you start with your title. You know, I'll play around with the title, come up with a new title. this title ranks, well for my channel. Cool. I'm gonna use this title. I'll go back, use the new title as the first tag. I'll use that new title as the verbiage that you need to put in your description box in the very beginning, in the first however many characters, 200 characters, whatever it is. I'll make sure all of those things job like they're supposed to. Come up with more tags that are relevant to the title. So I'll get those tags and stuff put in there. I've got the title, all that set up. I'll go ahead and run it through SEO Optimizer. It'll automatically put that into the video. When you get to like the edit screen for your video, I'll save it, and now it's published. And now it has that opportunity to try and get, rediscovered.
Right.
At the same time, you do things like post that thumbnail on Instagram, or refer back to your YouTube channel. Post it on Facebook, refer back to your YouTube channel. Because that now is getting people to click on it, right?
Right.
And so now you're trying to get that traffic flow again. And hopefully with the new information that's on that, with the upload with the SEO Optimizer, hopefully that algorithm picks it up and you get some more views out of it.
Right.
I'm not saying it's gonna take off and now you're gonna get 1 million views where you only had like 200 views before. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you just give yourself a chance that you can get some more views out of it.
A better chance, right?
Yeah. And maybe you might
turn into dimes, dimes turn into quarters.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said nickels turn into dimes, dimes turn into quarters, etc.
Absolutely. So here's what's key too. The younger channels right now, you're coming up with all these videos and you got things on your channel and nobody's watching it yet. Once you really get your process down and you start to get into the algorithm and people now they're gonna come to your channel and start seeing all the other stuff you did. Because you're already doing the real work right now. You're putting the videos on your channel right now. You got a library of videos. So now people are gonna come and see that. This one brisket video did well for me, but dude, all the other traffic that I got because this video did well, people wanted to see what else did I do. And they go back and they start consuming all this other, content that I've got on the channel or whatever. And now you got this video doing well, or you got that video doing well, and it's doing well because people are actually contacting you, hitting you up, asking you questions, and whatever. So somebody's watching it somewhere. Right. So even though you're going through the process and it might be frustrating while you start, man, understand that you're putting in the work right now that's really going to pay you dividends later once you really get that process going.
Makes sense.
So that's just the things that has worked for me. Papa Texas says, dog ever tweaked a video and the views went down? No, because honestly, if a video is doing well, I don't tweak it. I don't mess with it. Like that brisket video, I've never touched it from day one. I did what I did with that video. I put it on the channel using the tools that I had. And the first, like I said, 3 weeks or so, it didn't really do much. And then all of a sudden it took off. I haven't touched that video since. Why would I? You know what I mean? If it's got that many views and people are interacting with that video to the degree that they are, there's no sense to really tweak it. Leave it alone and let it keep going. Because my fear is that I'll mess around and tweak it, and then all of a sudden it will fall out of the algorithm. And the big thing with that specific, there was 2 videos. There was that one, and there was the smoked chicken video that I did. Both of those videos, and that was the huge thing. So when you get on Google and you do a search for smoked brisket, my video is popping up. You go and look for smoked chicken, my video is popping up. And so that was huge as far as getting more people because, we can talk about TubeBuddy all day long. There's so many pieces, that are involved in, man, you will give yourself a headache trying to figure out all these different pieces and all the different whatevers to try and get your videos, discovered or whatever. But it's all about trying to figure out what the titles are that people are looking for in Google or Yahoo and YouTube, and coming up with a title that kind of can encompass all 3 of these search engines so that if you're on any one of these search engines, it can direct you to my video. So
how much faith? I'm sorry. How much faith do you put in? I noticed when you're watching the algorithms, the CTR,
Mhm.
You'll watch that, and all of a sudden it'll pop up, maybe making a suggestion to maybe change your thumbnails.
Mhm.
I have let it purposely. I have changed my thumbnail before, and I have purposely when you see that, I just let it ride, and then it takes off. Is there a? I mean, when I say takes off, I mean that's 50 views for me. But
But it's all the scale. It's all the scale.
but do you? I mean, is there a time, maybe a safe time to maybe like wait so the CTRs come out, give it 2 weeks, and
Oh,
see
you
what
can longer than
happens?
that. Yeah. So yeah, you can absolutely. And for those of you guys that don't know, CTR's click through rate. Um, there's different takes on it where people say, oh, you want to be 3% plus, or whatever it might be. You decide whatever that threshold is going to be for you, right? What I do is whenever I put something out, unless I won't go change it, within say, 4 or 5 weeks, unless I really wasn't happy with that thumbnail to begin with.
Okay.
If I wasn't happy with that thumbnail to begin with, then maybe I might change it because I wasn't really sold on it. I just kind of put it out there, and I don't think this is going to work. I want to switch.
Okay.
I don't do it often, but I have done it before. Okay. Now, once a video has been out for some time, and I mean months, and it maybe not getting the traction that I want it to be, then maybe I might think about changing the thumbnail, which is important because you can't go back and make a thumbnail for product that you already made. You know what I mean? So when you're in that creative process of making that video, snap a bunch of different shots or whatever, and you at least now have them on file so that if you want to come back and change the thumbnail, you can go and grab a different picture. You can go and edit it, filter it, whatever you need to do to it to make it, that more appealing and pop, and change that thumbnail.
Okay.
So yeah, don't be afraid to change thumbnails. Again, if you want to change it in 2 weeks, change it in 2 weeks. There's nothing saying that it won't work for you. But I
No,
think
and that's why I was asking, because I really don't think 2 weeks is enough time. But I guess I was just trying to feel you out for like, is 2 weeks realistically enough time? And I just think it's not. But I would just want your input on that to see if it's like a month. If it's still diving in a month, then you might want to do something.
yeah, 2 weeks I think is really not enough time, and I think you probably do need to give it a month or two. Just to see what happens. Because again, there's times that I've had videos that have been out for 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden they take off.
Right.
So, and one of the things also to help you kind of get in the algorithm as well is engaging with your viewers. If you are not asking questions in your videos that requires an answer from your viewers, you're missing an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because the more comments that you get on a video tells the algorithm that's how much more people are interested in this video.
Yeah. That Nick Nimmin or whatever he is, he actually suggested that. And it's, I don't want to say I'm still in a nervous stage, but I am. But I do feel more comfortable. But I know I'm supposed to be introducing that kind of stuff, but I just forget about it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You have to come up with your process for how you do your video. So I'll tell you what. You're let's say you're gonna shoot a video tomorrow, okay? And what is your favorite thing you like to cook?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Seafood, really, to be honest with you. But ribs, if it's barbecue, it's ribs.
Okay, so either seafood or ribs, whatever you decide. You're gonna go film it tomorrow, okay? What is the first thing you do normally right now?
I'm sorry, Alton. What was the first thing?
What is the first thing in your process that you do to get started on creating this video?
I mean, as far as the groceries, or to
As far as
actually
what
start
is your
filming?
process, let's just say you already got all your groceries, you got all the ingredients, everything, you're ready to go. What is your first step that you do to start producing this video?
My intro. I mean, I think about stuff that I need to do in my intro, and I try and actually, make a plan with my intro, but then I catch myself starting doing the and the ah thing,
Mhm.
and I'm gone. I'm gone at that point, and I try to get back on track. I do not write down something like if I know that if I'm going to go in and make crab cakes or seafood links, whatever it is, I probably should, maybe write something down, make a plan to
Absolutely.
get it going,
So,
and,
so for
and
me,
follow that instead of winging it so much.
right. And you can wing it. There's nothing wrong with winging it once you're comfortable and you got your process down. Me specifically, when I'm like trying to figure out how I want to do this, I do an outline. I will absolutely do an outline where I write it down. If I have my intro, this is what I want to talk about. If I have the next section where I want to explain exactly what I'm going to do, how I want to talk about it, then I have the doing. Now, for me, the first thing I start with is prep. I don't start with the intro. The intro is the very last thing I do. I start with prep. So if I'm gonna, cook ribs, the very first shot that I'm gonna film is me trimming the ribs, seasoning the ribs. That's the first shot. I don't care what it is I'm cooking. That's typically the first shot that I always film. Because the beauty of, this TV land or whatever, we're kind of, nobody knows. They don't know what you did first, last, whatever. It's all pieces.
The beauty of editing.
Huh?
The beauty of editing.
Yep. It's all pieces.
Yep.
You're just filming one piece at a time. Here is my prep piece. Here is my putting it on the grill piece. Here is my spritzing, piece or whatever. Here's my I'm carving piece. You have all these different pieces, and so here's the thing too. When you're talking about an intro, if you do an intro before you even have the product,
Before you have
the product,
okay.
if you're making ribs, you do an intro before you even have the product, how are you visually grabbing somebody to want to see what you did if you're just telling people I'm going to make these ribs?
Right.
Versus, I'm starting off eating a rib and this rib looks damn good, and you're like, dude, what the hell is he doing there? Like, man, I made these ribs today, and man, I'm gonna show you exactly how I did them.
Yeah.
You're showing somebody what the end product is from the very beginning to grab them in.
I think
Most of the time we don't want to show them the end product because we want them to stick around. Attention span in YouTube is short. Show them from the beginning exactly what you're gonna give them.
the end product is what gets them to click. And Matthew Barlow Barbecue, I call him Zen Master.
Yeah.
He has a silky smooth voice just like Elton. Okay? Only he's a white guy that lives in Florida. So they're like, almost worlds apart. And he has told me so many times how him and his wife Martha looked at the video, didn't like the intro, and would shot it 5 days previous. Whether the shirts they were wearing were through the wash or not, they would look at the video and set up everything the same and reshoot their intro after all the cooking footage was done. I was a sucker to this until a year and a half ago. I can't cook yet. I haven't done the intro.
Yeah.
Screw you. It's all on film. Okay? Take a step back and look at it from the other side. Like Elton's saying. Who cares if you do your intro at the end? Nobody's going to know it.
Yep.
What you're trying to provide is content. And if you've already done 4 or 5 steps, shoot your intro. It's no big deal. It makes you better at what you're talking about.
It makes you better at editing too.
And I just started doing it maybe a year ago. I was always in the mindset that I had to film this, 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 and I could just put them together. Screw you. Do your intro when you're done.
Yep.
Like Elton was saying. Hey guys, here's what we're going to do today. You know, we're going to do this. I'm going to show you this process. I'm going to give you a couple of pictures here. You know, I'm not going to bore you with this part because there's no sense watching a brisket sit on a cooker for 4 hours. You know.
No, and you know what?
And you can piece it together at the end,
right,
and make it more cohesive than you can trying to do it step by step by step.
right.
I can't tell you in the last 12 months how many intros I've shot 2 days after I did the video. I went in, I didn't care if it was washed or not. I grabbed the same shirt, threw it back on. Hell, half the time I didn't care if it was the same shirt. If they're both black shirts, I grabbed the black shirt. I didn't care.
Right. So here's the other thing. If you're talking about an intro and say you have it in your head that I need to do my intro because that's just the way your creative process works. Okay. You can do that. That's fine. Shoot your intro, but you're going to have all this footage that you're filming, right? There's nothing saying that you can't come back with B-roll and put it over what you're talking about when you do your intro. So if I come in and I say, you know, and I'm literally standing here, you know, in the studio and I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, you know what, today, guys, we're going to make this phenomenal brisket, you know, whatever, blah, 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 yada, yada. I can lay in the footage that I've got when I went to go do the cook and show the brisket or show me slicing the brisket or whatever it might be. You can lay that in on B-roll because nobody wants to sit here and look at your face talking to the camera the whole time. They want to see your product. They want to see what you're doing.
Not unless you're not unless you're Sam the cooking guy, because the camera's always on him.
And like I said, there's channels out there that are huge channels that they can do that.
Yeah.
They're already in the platform, you know, the position of the platform that they can do that and they get away with it and they get tons of views and it works for them. For us little channels, we can't do that. We're not.
No.
People don't watch us like they watch this guy. You know what I mean?
No, and I think what Elton is saying is 100% spot on. Cook, you know, do what you do. Film your cooking process. You can always film an intro and an outro and add in as need be. Just don't feel like you're on a. Remember when you're in school and you have to do an outline in a class? Don't feel like you're on an outline. Do it when you feel comfortable because that's going to come through the camera other than structured. Structured is going to come through the camera too, and people are going to be like, oh, hell. John, for a very, I would say, I don't want to say new channel, but young channel, I think John does a great thing. The way he starts off is, you know, he's looking at the camera and he says, hey, guys, here's what we're going to do today, blah, 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 blah. You know, and goes into his thing.
But be quick
Lance,
about it.
I love where you cook because I cook in the same area, right fucking here in the garage. Not all of us live in Texas and have a barbecue boulevard. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, I hate to jump in, but we are coming up on 3 hours, and I'm a young guy, so I don't have the paid for platform yet on StreamYard. So I think we only get 3 hours, don't we? Like per week.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
You're on the other platform. You can get up to 6, right?
I don't know.
Well, you know,
I
in
don't-
case we do get cut off, let me tell you this, John, real quick, because I
I don't
thought I
think
heard
you
you
have to
say
pay
this
for
is
it,
your
John.
first live stream.
Yeah.
Understand that when you put out your live stream, go back the next day, 24 hours later, and change it to unlisted.
Okay.
Because what happens is if you leave it out there, people are going to get on your live stream. They're going to be skipping through, and
Okay.
that hurts you in the analytics.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
It definitely will.
Just leave it up 24 hours and then take it off.
Yeah. And then if somebody wants to, hit you up and say, hey, you did this live stream, you can shoot them the link.
Gotcha.
But that way, it's not just sitting out there and somebody click on it, and now they're skipping through your content, and the analytics is looking at that like they don't like what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldon, I think you said it, but you posted it as unlisted, right? Not private.
Unlisted.
Yeah.
Unlisted.
Because
you don't delete
unlisted,
it, you don't make it private because then you lose those views.
yeah.
Gotcha.
If you put it to unlisted, if somebody says, "Hey, I want to watch your live from the other night. What did you guys talk about?" Like Elton said, you can shoot them the link, and it doesn't hurt you.
Gotcha.
And this helps you right now because you're
Watch time.
well, yeah, you're not 1,000, so you're not monetized, so you're probably still needing your watch hours too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. His watch
So
time.
absolutely make it unlisted so you still get credit for the watch time.
Yep.
So yeah.
Could I do it right after this, or do I need to wait that
You
24
can
hours?
do it immediately after if you want to.
Okay.
But when you do that, understand nobody's gonna see it.
Right.
Right. So what I do is I usually will leave it public for about 24 hours and now to go back and I'll unlist it. Because after the show, people are going to be seeing your channel and seeing stuff, and now they're going to want to click on it and check things out or whatever. And 24 hours is not long enough that it's going to hurt you.
Gotcha.
Or John, you could probably retitle it, and put a timestamp in there and say, YouTube tips from the dog's father.
Well, and Kent makes a good point.
And
When
then
you have a live stream that's really good
Take
information,
Elton in it.
you can absolutely set it up onto the platform where you can actually optimize it to get the maximum out of it.
Right.
I wouldn't say something like this. I would say, something that's more structured,
Mhm.
And maybe, 45 minutes to an hour, not necessarily 3 hours long or whatever, but something that's kind of short to the point, talking about something specific, whether it's you're talking about a specific cooker or a specific recipe or whatever it might be, something that's relevant to what people are coming to your channel for.
Yeah.
You can absolutely optimize that for that live stream so that you can get the maximum out of it monetarily.
And you know what, Elton, if you remember when CJ and I did the hot seat, CJ'd leave it up at 48 hours. And then, it became it went to the unlisted just because of the Cooking with CJ channel and everything like that, and CJ's Q. But Lep has a hot seat now, Leprechaun TV, and he keeps it at an hour now. CJ, the other CJ, Clarence Joseph, Mama and Papa Joe, they keep it basically at an hour now.
Yep.
For YouTube reasons.
If you keep doing the hate, that doesn't matter though.
I did a spoof one time. I don't even remember what I was cooking on the pellet cooker, and I left the camera roll the whole time on a live cooking on the pellet cooker. I went back and I watched comments 2 hours later. Oh, I see legs moving. Somebody just walked by, And I started looking at it, I just let it go the whole time. I didn't give a shit. I found out that hurt me more than I thought. So I think the lives, like Elton was saying, 45 minutes to an hour are more favorable than Elton. Do you know Russell from Raspberry Rock?
Yep.
Okay. he did a live one time. He started on Greenwich time for New Year's Eve. It was like a 7-hour live because he started over in England. And then there's actually, I think by Greenland, there's a half hour where it's New Year's Eve. And then hit East Coast, you know. He did a 6-hour live of a bunch of, you know, starting in England and going all the way to California. Because I don't think he could wait 4 hours to get to Hawaii for their New Year's Eve. And he told me, he goes, it's the worst mistake I ever made. Is trying to be live that long.
Yep.
Because you got a 6-hour live and somebody watches for 20 minutes to a half hour. And they're like, no, done.
You know, most of the time that we do these really long live streams like this is we're just getting together, hanging out. You know, the average YouTuber or the average viewer, they don't want to see it. So this is more for us than it is for them.
Yeah, there ain't no viewer. There is no Joe Blow viewer who clicks on any title to see guys sit around bullshit for 2 hours.
And one of the keys where I was saying earlier, if you leave it for 24 hours or so, for instance, I did a live stream last night and it ran a little long. We went an hour and 21 minutes.
Yeah, rub it in. I missed it. Rub it in. Thanks a lot.
So we went an hour and 21 minutes. And when we finished that live stream, I think it was only like 400 views that it showed me. And I literally, as I was telling you this, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I need to go back and make this unlisted. So I went back in here and I'm looking at it now. And it's got 1,017 views.
Wow. Yeah.
So people were still clicking onto it and watching it or whatever from the time we ended it until now, which I've just made it unlisted. But that way I know going forward, it's not going to hurt me. Also, whenever you get monetized, when you do a live stream, you will need to go back and change it to be monetized. Okay, and so that's why it's important that you again make sure that if you have music, make sure it's you don't want to do any copyright stuff. You don't want to have like any cursing and stuff in your live streams or whatever, because that stuff can actually kind of get you.
Yeah. F-bomb will hurt you in a heartbeat.
So just kind of remember those types of things when you're doing a live stream. If you want to get monetized, if you don't care about it, you don't want to get monetized, it's not that big deal. There's times we do live streams, we don't monetize them. We're just hanging out, BSing around, whatever.
One thing, Alton, you remember Mike from Everyday BBQ?
Mm-hmm.
And when I started off doing this and doing live streams, I mean, I looked like the USS Iowa sailor. All right. And I sounded like him too. But Mike had said something to me one time, and Mike's a great guy. He says, I'm leaving this for something for my kids to watch after I'm gone. So he said, do I want my kids hear me cussing and swearing, even though I do occasionally? It's like, no, you don't, So why not make it acceptable to everybody?
Right.
Instead of being a jerk and cussing and swearing.
And and honestly, when you see somebody's videos where that's what they're doing, and it for me, it's kind of a turn off anyway.
Yeah.
Sam, the cook guy.
Yeah.
He does good things. He really does. But he sits there and he'll censor the word shit at the beginning. But 8 minutes into the video, he'll drop an F-bomb.
Right.
It's like, aren't you just a little backwards here, buddy?
And that guy makes some good recipes.
He does.
But he's just one of those that just kind of rubs me the wrong way sometimes.
That guy's crazy.
Hey, I do want to address this right quick.
He's crazy, but he's good.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But again, he's got that position in the platform, and it works for him. So hey,
Yeah.
kudos to
The
him.
guy, the guy's sitting at what, close to 3 million subs.
Oh yeah.
He can, unlike any of us, even though we all know Elton's he's the head pit bull on the screen here. He can do whatever the hell he wants and get away with it because 3 million people subscribe to him. He's going to get 150,000 people watching him per day regularly. What does he care?
Right.
He's already made it.
Right.
He don't give two shits about nothing.
So I just want to address
Well, I don't watch him now.
in the chat here from Drunken Chef Barbecue. And he says, what would be a decent average time you want a video to be? You mentioned short attention spans. And that's something we were talking about a little while ago. You have these different metrics that people will say is, the video needs to be 10 minutes long at least, or it needs to be 8 minutes long at least. And I don't subscribe to that. What I tell people is make this video long enough to tell the story that you need to tell and make it good. If you make a 4-minute video, because that's all you need to really tell the story of whatever it is that you're making the video on, just make those 4 minutes really good content. It doesn't have to be 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. It can be long enough to tell the story why. If you make a video to say 4 minutes and it's really good and you get those people to watch that video from beginning to end, the algorithm is going to look at that and say, hey, these people enjoyed the content, so let me suggest something else of yours to them. So now they may click on that because they enjoyed what you just did in that 4 or 5 minutes. Now you got 2 minutes. You make another 4-minute video, 5-minute video, or whatever it is that's really good for them. Chances are they're going to click on another video, and now you get 3 views out of that same viewer. So you can make the number of views or potential views that you can get as long as you're telling a good story and you're keeping them actively engaged. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes because, again, if you make it 10 minutes and 6 minutes of it is fluff, nobody wants to watch 6 minutes of fluff. So you don't need to make a video 10 minutes just because some person over there said, oh, you need to make 10-minute videos. Or you need to make 8-minute videos. But make the video long enough to tell the story that you are trying to tell, but just make sure that storytelling is on point.
All right, gents. It's a 20 minutes to 12 here. And I got to get up at 5. So I wanted to be part of this for sure. Alton, you have no idea how much I appreciate what you've done tonight.
Absolutely.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Anytime.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, you got any questions or whatever, man, feel free, reach out to me. I'm again, my mentality is I'm not some big YouTube dude that, don't talk to me. That's not me at all. 130,000 subscribers. Okay.
We plan on trying to make this up.
I'm still and I love this. I love hanging out with, down to earth people, man, that love the same stuff that I do. We all love barbecue and we all are on this YouTube platform together and we want to see each other do well and we help where we can. So if I can help, man, I'll help you, I wish I had the time to get into this brisket collab. I really do. But
you got
to get into it.
You got like 2 weeks to get in, Elton.
No, I can't though. Between treatment and work now.
Yeah.
My work schedule picks up
next weekend.
Well, okay. Let me ask you a question. Does Gene have time to get into this brisket collab, Elton?
Does Gene usually plays with the brisket that the Dogfather makes. She is phenomenal with taking things that I make and making them into secondhand dishes.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. I'll tell you one thing only. Where I use my leftover brisket, if there is any.
What is that? Leftover brisket?
Yeah, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's when you make brisket for 12 and 6 people don't show up. It's beautiful and chilly.
Dude, macaroni and cheese,
Mm.
grilled
Now,
grilled cheese.
macaroni and cheese, that pork goes in macaroni and cheese. So
They make you some kolache dough and make you a brisket kolache.
There's my 1K brisket.
Wait a minute. I just had this big thing about kolache last night. And I've never heard of kolache until last night.
You were
It's like
here in Texas and didn't get kolache?
it's like a bread dough, bread pita, right?
It's like a bun, you know, I guess it's like a yeast dough type thing.
Yeah.
You know, for the barbecue stuff anyway, because you know, like a lot of the kolaches are like the fruit kolache, you know, where it's got blueberry or strawberry or whatever.
Yeah, I just heard about it last night. I'm not labeling her by any means because I know she has 3 kids, but I heard about it from a lesbian.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
And I'm like, what the hell's a kolache? And she's trying to figure out how to make them in Dutch ovens. I said, I need to know what it is first.
Yeah, if you make the dough, I mean, the hard part of it is the dough. I'm not a baker.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience to bake.
She's Czechoslovakian.
Oh, then she knows because it's a German thing. And so,
hey, the Netherlands. Look at the title, Daddy Dutch. Not too far from Germany.
well,
I've
you know
never
what?
heard of it.
I'll tell you this. Here in London, one of the you know, Kent, you've been riding with me for a long time, and you've heard people ask me, you know, about barbecuing here in Austin. You know, because everybody thinks Franklin's, whatever, and they ask me, well, what is your favorite place? You know, and I've been really consistent, and I've said Leroy and Lewis, Curlin Barbecue,
Yep,
are going to always be in that top, you know, 2 or 3.
Yep,
right.
Yep.
Well, Curlin Barbecue, his wife, she actually makes barbecue kolaches. And they're actually spinning off a truck, and it's going to be called Curlachi, a spinoff of Curlin Barbecue.
All right. I'm coming down 2 days early to Houston next year, and I'm driving up to Pflugerville.
Come on.
I'm telling you.
Here's the thing, Ken. I'm gonna go ahead and whet your appetite right now, because there's gonna be 3 things that we're gonna make sure we get you before you leave here.
My man's gonna make me cream my jeans. Listen to this shit.
So 1, we've got to get you the Curlachis. You know, and you have your pick whether you want it with brisket, pulled pork, or sausage. You know, that's in there. So you got the Curlachis.
You gonna make me choose, or can I have all?
No, you can have all 3. You can get them all.
I can have all 3. All right.
Why get 1? Then the next stop, we go to the Valentina's, and we get you the real deal Holyfield. That's a breakfast taco for you guys that don't know. You know, and this is a breakfast taco on a homemade flour tortilla. You got beans in it, you got potatoes in it, you got eggs in it, you got bacon in it, your choice of brisket, pulled pork, sausage. All of this is in this taco. You know, and it's a huge taco. So we got to get you that. And we got to take you to a place down here now called Biscuit 512, where they actually make their homemade biscuits. And they're big old square biscuits like this that they put brisket on and jelly. So we got to get you that.
All right, gents. This time I'm really going.
I got my bib. I
enjoyed it.
Travel.
Anytime, brother. Hey.
All right, later, Lance.
Any information, whatever, man, I'm here. If I can help
All
you.
right, I appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Daddy Dutch.
I guess we'll go ahead and shut it down, guys.
Y'all have a good weekend, or a good week rather. The weekend's gone, so
I will leave y'all with this to think about before you go to sleep.
Yeah, baby.
That looks like me. I wear black gloves too.
So was that a wrapped brisket and foil?
Well, what I done, since we're trying to be different for the collab, I done paper and aluminum.
Okay.
Paper for the bark and then aluminum finished off quicker.
So why do one when I can do it both, right?
Hey, yeah, why
Have
not?
you tried the foil boat yet?
No, but I think George done a boat on his.
Yeah, I did a foil bowl yesterday.
Did you all right? Wait, you did the foil boat?
Yeah, yesterday. Well, here's what happened. I wrapped it in butcher paper and I was letting it rest. and I went back to see the temp, and it was 170. But when I was putting the thermal pin in, it was tough, and I was like, "What the heck? What's happening here?" So I wrapped it in foil, the foil bolt method, and I called Sleeper. I'm sorry, John. We're texting back and forth, and what it was, I wasn't even over the stall yet.
Yeah.
And I underestimated the whole cook because I thought, it'll be ready in 8 hours. That damn thing took 11, 12 hours,
Okay. I got a question. First John, then Lance, then George. What did you cook yours on?
John, go ahead.
Oh, it's me first.
Yeah.
My pit boss, 850.
Okay, Lance.
I'm undecided. I'm either going to do an offset I broke out today, or I'm going to go into my be safe with the temperatures outside and go with my Pellet Pro and use the heavy detachment to put smoke in it.
All right, George.
I use I only have an offset, and it's a Middle Creek SQ36, I believe it's called.
All right. Do you guys know what everybody else is cooking on?
No.
No idea.
All right, I'm breaking out the char griller Kamado then.
Nice.
Here's the deal. I was debating, do I use this little $200 Masterbuilt pellet cooker, or do I use a drum, or do I use the Kamado? And I bought, this is the char griller Kamado. It's not the ceramic Kamado, like a big green egg. This is the insulated double steel line. And I thought, I haven't done a video with that sumbitch yet. And since none of you said you're going to do it on that, I'm going to do it on that.
The day before, I did it on the Weber. And it came out great, but one of my kids came over and dug into it, so I couldn't use it. I couldn't finish the video. Put it that way.
Dude, Weber cattle is great for making brisket on.
Yeah.
You can't do that brisket on that Blackstone.
Lep already did a brisket on the Blackstone. I can't do that.
Well, all right, guys, let's cut it out here so Lance can go to sleep. See, looking at it's like about to kill us. So,
hey, appreciate you guys for having me in, man. Seriously.
No,
appreciate you coming,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot, man.
We'll see you next week, Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see y'all guys.
See you later.
All right.
okay.
What a crew.